everyone, welcome to Unsung Fury. Ooh, just turned the music up way too loud. You'll have to let me know what the music levels are and if they're good. But Unsung Fury, episode 11. We are in the double dig. It's not going. It just blared. All right, it's revolting. The music's revolting. We are coming back. It's been a little while since we played, so Frank will have to remind us where we were. But if you don't know, Unsung Fury is a Wrath and Glory Warhammer 40k tabletop RPG show where we play characters in the Warhammer realm and we explore the tabletop RPG, which has been a lot of fun. I need to update the intro as well still. That's a thing. There's a lot of things that need to happen. It's fine. But we'll just quickly go through how you can support the show, and then of course who everybody is and what characters they're playing, and then we'll just throw it to Frank to get it started. So first and foremost, if you enjoy the show and you want to support it, be sure to click the subscribe button here on Twitch, as well as if you're watching this live on YouTube, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe there as well. Subscribing on Twitch gives you some awesome emotes and access to a subscriber-only Discord section, so definitely tune into that. But anyone can join our Discord. We also have an Unsung Fury chat there where you can chat about spoilers, and we have a whole bunch of other channels, so if you like all kinds of things, we got you. And then, of course, if you want to support us in further monetary means, you can support us through donations. Donations help support, and subscriptions help support all of the lovely people here as I pay the entire cast. And then, of course, if you have no way to monetarily support us, we understand, but we super duper appreciate it if you can give us a follow right here. Hit the little heart, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get notified when we go live, and then, of course, follow us on all of the things so that we can let you know whenever we're live. Super easy. What a bug. That's horrifying. So, we'll go around and let everyone introduce themselves and their characters. Today has been a little crazy for me. We'll start up this way. Taurani, played by Apocalypto12. Tell us a little bit about who you are and, of course, who you're playing today.
That's true.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Happy birthday to you. God damn that delay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you old lady. Oh, now Maggie. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, the delays probably made that sound so weird.
That was, in my opinion, perfect.
Don't clip it. We don't want to see it.
No, clip it.
Oh,
Everywhere.
they're gonna clip it, and they're gonna send me that clip in the clips channel on Discord right meow. Do it.
So, for anybody that didn't guess from that, it's Maggie's birthday today.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, she's 48.
Is it actually my birthday today?
It is, because your birthday is right around mine. But no one knows when my birthday is on purpose.
Yeah, it actually is my real birthday today.
Yeah, Frank's
I know
birthday is
that Frank
December
jokes
25th.
that it's my birthday every day, but it's actually my birthday.
But today, it's true.
Also,
Yeah,
all
you
my
can
coworkers
check
are
her
like,
Twitter.
why are you here? I was like, it's just my birthday. It's not like
Is that a thing? Taking
something
your birthday
happens
off?
because it's my birthday.
I've never gone to work on my birthday.
Really?
Never
That's
once.
a bunch of people said they all take their birthdays off, and I'm like, my birthday always tends to either, I don't know, it just falls on a day whenever I'm at work.
The most I've ever done is like if I've worked like a closing shift, I think it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So after midnight, it's not my birthday, but that who cares about that, right? I've never worked on my birthday. It's always been like, no, I'm a princess today.
I just try to convince my work to pay me time and a half on my birthday.
That'd be amazing. Don't you work for yourself, though?
Sort of now, yes. There might be a thing that I'm trying to do contractually very soon that I had
Either way,
discussions about today.
that sounds awesome.
Tyler,
Anyway.
do you have those conversations with the mirror then? No, you were gonna be. No, you were gonna be.
I'm
no,
talking
you
about
were gonna.
I'm talking about back when I did work on my birthday, which was literally I still have had a job on all of my birthdays since I turned 16, roughly. Well, it was a summer job, so technically I wasn't working there at the time, but I knew I had it for the next summer, so it was whatever.
That's a weird technicality, man. But tell us about Taurani.
Yeah.
Taurani
is a dual-wielding Imperial Guardsman who likes to shoot 'em up and get straight to the point. He's a fantastic dude, and I'm Tyler Scheid. I'm Apocalypto_12 on Twitch and all over social media, so check me out too if you want. I think that's what we're supposed to do on the intros because I forget.
Yeah. That's fine. You can tell people where you're at. I also forgot to announce, I'm dying right now, that we have all of the holiday emotes up. So they're all festive and wintry. If you want to enjoy those whilst they are here, they'll probably stay until like February-ish.
Is that a frosty ray gun?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a candy cane. Pew 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 pew.
I like frosty ray gun.
Um,
I've got all of these, which, by the way, if you want to be supportive, you can give people some free emotes right now.
That's true, you can.
Some of the ones that I spammed were the Twitch holiday universal emotes.
Mm-hmm.
The haha holidays.
And then, of course, my other fellow player here is Luthor, played by Delric. Tell us a little bit about your character and, of course, where people can find you at.
Sorry, I was muted. My character is Luthor. He is a junior commissar, but actually overall pretty nice guy. He's pretty nice. He gets along well with the team. Doesn't mind getting shot at. You know, it's somebody else's job. But I'm going to spend the rest of this time, instead of talking about my character or myself, popping open a bottle of scotch to celebrate Maggie's birthday.
Oh.
So, you know.
I'll pop open my bottle of water.
I'll grab my whiskey again.
I have water.
I already had a sip, so I'm
And
not gonna have
then my friend dropped over some peanut butter latte nitro golden stout from Belgian Beaver Brewery, so I'm trying.
Sounds like a
it.
lot of flavor.
Stout.
That just sounds interesting.
Remember,
Peanut butter-
everybody,
It is
drink
actually,
responsibly.
Sometimes peanut butter stouts can be really intense, but this is actually really light because it's a golden stout. It's not as thick, but I still think I could not drink another one of these. It's too sugary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
stouts are
like peanut
very
butter
sweet.
in beer.
Yeah.
No, well,
I don't like
the
peanut
butter's-
butter in anything except peanut butter.
Peanut butter's not going to make it sweet. It's the fact that it's a stout. It's going to be sweet as hell.
Yeah. Stouts
Oh,
are
yeah.
But everybody, please, it's Maggie's birthday. Let's have a good time. Okay?
Will.
Cheers to Maggie. Happy 48, man. Happy 48.
Thanks.
Happy
No,
48.
You only
Should
got
I go
14
get
years on
my
me.
rum? I have rum.
But you know, Maggie, you look great for a 48-year-old.
Thanks.
Look,
It's true.
okay?
Thanks.
Honestly, I would say you were probably in your 30s when I met you, but yeah,
You know, time flies.
it really does.
I actually, like, jokes aside, I think Maggie is a couple months younger than me, or like a year and a couple months younger than me. So,
I'm not
because
sure.
you're actually 30, you're 33 now?
I don't know.
No, she's 48.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's-
We're over this.
I know I'm older because I'm always the oldest person in the stream. So,
I don't know if you are.
No, that's not true.
I'm 34 now.
That's not true. You've
I'm
been
always
in
the
stream
oldest.
With an older person, I
Oh,
swear.
if you're talking about Josh, poor Josh. Why do you have to make fun of unfunny one? Why do you have to make fun of Josh? Let's
I never
move
made
on.
fun of him. I
Let's
was
move
just
on.
pointing it
Let's
out.
move on. Let's stop making fun of Josh. Maggie, you want to talk about your characters? He's always making fun of Josh.
Sure.
It's not his fault. He's short and Floridian. Okay.
I play Ostara, who is a sanctioned. You guys are killing me. I was actually like, "Where's my character sheet?" Okay. She's a sanctioned psyker, and she really focuses on a lot of like mind-oriented powers, as well as like kinetic style powers. So those are kind of like her main two things that she's focused on, which has been really fun and also terrifying. It's great. It's perfect. It's very Warhammer 40k, and I freaking love it. And she's now hearing from her grandfather, who she assumed was dead. But I guess she never really saw her grandfather die. She just assumed so. And it's a little weird It's a little weirding her out. I'm not sure what she's thinking right now. We'll find out, though. Definitely been some strange stuff going down. And we are currently in some kind of palace, and shit is getting weird. So we'll see what happens. And we'll throw it over to our game master, Control It Frank, to, of course, tell us a little bit about himself, and then, of course, bring us into the game.
Hello, as you all know, I am Control It Frank, or just Frank for short. Once again, I'm actually going to keep the name of, or the title of Herald, as I am going to be announcing things as we go on through our sessions.
Uh-oh.
Now, where we left off was quite an interesting predicament for the party. We had our brave Katachan alone, trapped in a small room, more or less, filled with hunter-killer drones, which are servo skulls, which are basically just human skulls with anti-gravity devices in them as they float around doing whatever task they were assigned to. He escaped back into the vents, but sadly has been heard from since. Then we have Taurani, who managed to actually evade search parties that were clearly looking for him.
Trash cans.
That's
Very
right.
best hiding spots.
First through hiding in a trash can, then hiding in a music room where a orchestra was preparing to play, and then able to find a hallway that was not meant to be found. At the moment, he's slowly traveling through this almost pristinely white hallway into the unknown. In the banquet hall, or at least in the parlor to the side, are both Astara and Luthor. Astara, who's currently not able to be seen. She's cloaked herself and has been able to avoid detection, for now at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking some shock damage after I stay here for long enough.
As Luthor is being coaxed to drink this blood red irony liquid wine, as he talks with Anita Bella Carne, the planetary governess of this world. We have this wonderful scene of Anita with her elbows on the bar behind her, reclined, staring down at Luthor as he takes the shot and slams down the glass once more.
Oh, we have to change something, don't we?
Oh, what do we have to change?
Didn't we do the roll wrong, and so Luthor re-rolled it, and he actually saved?
Yeah, he's
No,
fine.
I saved originally. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
saved
okay,
originally.
What happened? What happened was the roll wasn't done wrong. The game master doesn't
The
know
game
how to play
master
the game.
was wrong.
And
It was a simple mistake.
It's okay.
It took me
Tyler's
a few
amazing.
read-throughs.
Tyler. With the exception of you throwing shade at Josh, you're a pretty awesome guy.
I didn't throw shade at Josh. I
Okay,
was
I'm
just
here to protect my Floridian friend.
spitting
Yes.
facts, man.
Go ahead. I am uncorrupted.
Yes, for the moment.
For now.
Hey.
And then
Maggie.
the moment's gone.
Are we talking about Scott, or are we talking about Luthor?
A little bit of both, I would say.
No, I'm pretty fucking corrupted, but
Yeah.
but my character is he's a good boy.
For now. Anita simply looks down towards you, Luthor, and has a smile on her face. Now, Kama-san, tell me about yourself. Where exactly did you go to school for your scholar?
School XYZ. That was announced in backstory, whose name I do not recall off the top of my head. This
How much
blood's
is
getting to
your
me.
blood?
That one.
Yes, the scholar on Armageddon.
Ah, that's right. Oh, that's my home world. Yeah, Armageddon.
Yes.
That one. Yeah. Yeah. Steve Buscemi was there. Bruce Willis was there. That guy that played the character named Bear was there. You know, he died in the island in real life.
Taurani
That
was
guy.
there, or was he? Or was he
No.
not?
Now, I do hear that you are not near the top of your class. That's quite unfortunate. Tell me, just why is that?
Some people excel at some things. Some people excel at others.
And my dear, what do you excel at?
Getting the job done.
You see her smile crease as she nods her head. My dear Kamasa, would you like some more? You seem to have enjoyed it.
I've had more than my fill.
That is quite all right. I know some cannot hold their own liquor. Perhaps another time.
Perhaps.
Tell me, Kamasa, do you dance?
Not particularly well.
Then there is time for me to teach you, as I believe you will be here for quite a long time. After all, this is your new station. And she kind of pushes herself off of the counter and takes a few steps towards you and reaches her handouts towards you.
I try to think of all the deep underground inner city dances I might know. And I'm like, all right, let's do the Harlem Shake.
Is there a
You know,
performance role?
No, there's an athletics and an agility and a deception. I know what I'm doing.
Dancing is all deception. That's true.
This is a move you didn't know.
My goal, get her drunk. She knows that she thinks I know how to dance.
That's true.
Hey, welcome to the nightclub. So anyways, I'll take her hand. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as she's not trying to do the horizontal bop.
No, she gently but firmly pulls you from your chair, basically helping you stand up.
That's
And
different.
she raises her hand and waves it or her free hand in the air and waves it. Concerto, please play Conado number 5. Slow.
Mambo number 5.
That's what I was
1,
referring
2,
to.
3, 4, 5. Here's my check for it, by the way. Oh no!
Huh.
Pilot? Pilots?
First off,
You're assuming you're leading.
Yeah, so as soon as you this beautiful piano music begins, you try to take control, and she's like, no, I believe
Terrible
that's my
pilot.
part. And she actually puts her hand on your hip and pulls you a little closer as she begins this slow waltz to this piano music.
I will follow her lead, assuming this is. I mean, I don't know. Do I know it is standard for her to lead in this dance? You know what I mean? You know, some dances is one person leads, other people lead.
Yeah, you would just guess right off from your personal knowledge, this is a local dance. One that
Okay, so that I would have no clue whatsoever. So I'll just follow her lead.
Yeah.
So do I roll assistant in pilot?
No.
No.
In
You
this
need
case,
to
you
roll
don't need
awareness.
to roll anything. Awareness
Athletics?
to not step on her feet. Now, Astara, what are you doing?
Survival to get through the situation? Is
That
that
might work.
Is there anyone else in this room other than her and him?
No, she did speak into the air though, but you assume it might have been a Vox emitter that picked it up.
Is there anything I can get cover behind?
There is a bar that you might be able to get cover behind.
Okay.
And just to describe the room again, it's a relatively well-sized parlor room with a large L-shaped couch against 2 of the walls, and wonderful wooden table in the middle, chairs, and this large bar behind covered in these fine bottles of liquor.
I will go behind the bar.
Mhm.
Can I see the bottle that she actually gave him?
Yes.
What does it look like it says on it?
It does not have a label.
Do the others have labels?
Yes.
Mm.
The others have just various labels. Corinthian, Amasec, bourbon, whiskey, general things that you're used to seeing, but these seem a lot fancier and more expensive.
Okay.
There's decanters all over the place, basically, and all those other wonderful things. But the bottle that she poured from specifically has no label, no markings on it.
Okay. As I'm behind the bar, I'm going. They can't see me, right?
No.
I will go unchameleon.
Okay.
And actually, wait, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think you suffer shock from
I don't think I
chameleon.
suffer shock. I think I can actually stay this way. It just
Yeah,
gives
it's
me,
as long
it
as
gives
you
me
don't try
plus
something
one
else.
extra to my stealth test. So as I go forward, I get +1. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to be on stealth then. I will stay. I'm guessing I don't have any bottles or anything like that on me personally.
Well, no, you just have whatever gear you had on you originally.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I'm gonna take some of this wine or whatever this thing is in this bottle.
What if you just use a wrath die to say that you have one of those things?
You could say that.
All right, yeah, I have an extra like flask or something.
Yeah, just something you picked up off of one of the tables as you were walking in. Just a random flask. You thought that you might need it for something, and turns out you did.
Yeah, I pour a little bit of it into the flask and then I put the bottle back.
Okay. Roll quick stealth for me.
Okay.
Remember, you get the plus for your chameleon.
I get the +1 for my chameleon.
Yeah.
So I gotta go to skills, stealth, bonus die. 3. Ooh, and a complication. Not my lucky day.
So you do succeed in pouring a little bit into this vial, but tell me what happens.
When I put the bottle back, I make a noise.
Yeah, so you put the bottle back a little too hard, and you don't notice this, Asara, but Luthor, you definitely see as her head ever so slightly twitches towards the bar. And as that happens, she basically swings you out, holding onto your hand, and leans back, taking a look, before pulling you back into the slow dance. Now, my dear Commissar, you did say that your friend was a psycho, is that correct?
I did, yes.
Vile things, don't you think?
I told you I succeed.
Perhaps.
Perhaps those that think that they're vile things are people that put ideals over success.
My dear Commissar, that is quite unbecoming of one of your standing. I was sure that you would know that those things are of the war. But do not mind things of the dark gods.
There are many tools in this world, in these worlds. If you grab the tool the right way and put it before the task it was designed for, you can have the outcome you desire.
She purses her lips at that for a moment. That is quite an interesting way to put it. Does that mean you are not above using the forces of chaos?
I serve only the God Emperor himself.
That is quite good to hear, my dear Commissar. I thought you might have been a heretic in disguise for a moment.
That was my response, was to clearing my throat.
You see her eyebrows rise a little bit. I do hope that your opinions are all this interesting. How long have you been traveling with your companion?
Since we crash landed, actually. Since we left the vessel that we crash landed from.
And do you know exactly what did happen to your vessel?
Unfortunately, we've come across interference with our tasks due to the local disputes.
My dispute between my brother and I is clearly exaggerated from what you may have seen.
I've also seen the exaggeration.
I assume you have. Unfortunately, we have no sightings of the vessel that you came on. The Vonderwolf, I believe it was called. They were meant to deliver us more supplies, weapons, and armor. The last we heard was, well, that they arrived in system. And then, well, all y'all started to appear on my doorstep.
Time wasted with infighting over unimportant disputes rather than handling the actual problem here on the planet caused all of the supplies that you wanted to receive to be interfered by that actual problem.
And what do you believe this actual problem might be?
You and I both know very well who lives on that island. Northeast, I think, of here.
Yes, a sect of zealots, that's all. We leave them be because they simply have not bothered us until just now.
I'm sorry, I believe you used the wrong word to describe them.
And what word would you use?
Heretics.
Could be. Unfortunately, our current commissar has not been so forthcoming on chasing them down.
The current commissar is an idiot. Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, I quite agree. That's why I'm quite pleased that you are here.
When is this dispute between your brother and yourself going to come to a close? What is going to bring this to a close?
When one side is the victor, of course.
These lives are being wasted, squabbling over things that don't matter as much, when the lives could easily be thrown in the honor of the God Emperor himself.
That is quite true. However, have you read up on your charge here?
Unfortunately, I haven't had an opportunity. I met with the commissar very briefly.
Then you would not know that as a agricultural world and one quite on the fringe of the Imperium of Man, our tithes only require food processing. We do not have any men to offer.
And of those that bear weapons and march against the opposing side, what would you call them?
I would call them my imperial obligation to have a ready defense force in case any enemy forces do appear.
You mean like the ones that attacked last night?
Last night, I had no such attacks.
Was it last night? I think it was last night.
It was.
Okay. And I'm actually going to roll an insight to see if she's bullshit or not.
Mm-hmm.
Me rolling dice. There I am. Complicated, but there I am.
Yeah.
I rolled that one before and it scared me. I was like, well, I am Luthor. I am Luthor Hushard, aka Sexy Man.
Yeah. You look to see if she's bluffing or lying. She's not. It would appear she did not hear about the attack in the hotel. Or anything of the like.
If you don't mind my inquiring, kind of like, and I'm going to wear it kind of plain on my face, that I recognize that, you know, it's kind of like I give her like an obvious quizzical look like questioning look. And when she seems like she doesn't know, I'm gonna like allow an extra second and a half or whatever of pause to sit, so she knows like there was like a moment there. And then I will respond. I'll ask, who is it that you received this kind of information from?
My
Who's in
captain
charge?
of the guard, of course. Tell me. Give me more information, please. And she actually breaks the dance from you and moves back towards the bar.
I'm not really going to like hold back any information, so I'm just going to kind of, I think I'm just going to dump all the info at her, with the exception of necessarily the talents that my people that I work. Like, I'm not going to give her the detail of everything that we did, because I don't necessarily want her to know like the kind of abilities that Maggie has, or like what their specialties are. But otherwise, the overall what transpired.
Yeah, and as you're giving this information, she's basically hitting point for point as you're going through, asking for enemy troop numbers that you might have seen, your force composition, who was in your group, and what type of hostiles there were, exactly what time this took place.
I mean, top of my head, I think there was 6 hostiles, and I think we properly handled 4 of them. And there are 2 other members of the community that are going to meet their end soon. So just know I'm coming for you. You know who you are.
Yeah, they do know who they are. They want you dead. Yeah. So do you give her the names of your companions?
I mean, again, I will specifically say that I'm with 2 other people, because that is pretty friggin' public information. But unless she specifically asks for names, I don't give them.
She does want the name of the psyker in your group.
I mean, again, she already knows that it's there, so I will be as honest as possible. I don't know if I know her whole name. I will say that she's Astara, and that she's with because again, I'm pretty sure she already mentioned it 3 weeks ago, whenever it was that we played it last, that she's with the Astrosphere.
Adeptus Arbites.
That one, Arbites. Arbitrary.
Space Police. Yeah, but she continues to basically quiz you on the attack that happened. And Astara, what are you doing during this time? As
just to be clear, Frank, any questions she asks me, I will answer point blank. But I'm going to be vague if she doesn't point blank ask me about my companions.
Yeah,
Okay.
She doesn't ask what type of powers Astara has, but simply what their names were. Are they still with you? Where are they now?
Where are they now? I would say about, because I don't know exactly where they are. And I probably come off as being slightly coy with that one, because I'm not crazy deceptive. But with Astara, I'd be like, I never know where she is. She has many responsibilities and is usually out and about taking care of them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty honest.
Astara, as this exchange is going on, are you doing anything different? Are you still trying to hide?
I think immediately after that sound, I like hide again, and I just like sit for a while in quiet, and then if there's enough time, I will look around and see if there's anything else that looks like it would be interesting to us, like paperwork or whatever there might be.
Yeah, make a roll for
so
it.
Cute.
It's adorable. Watch out for things on your desk.
Her little face, like the way that her markings are, is so cute.
Yeah, so
Scott's
you can
not a
either
cat
roll-
person, you guys. He's totally not a cat person.
He says that, but
But
he's
look at
cuddling it. Maggie, roll either awareness or investigation.
Ooh, okay.
They both will get you different results depending on which you roll.
To be fair, I hate children too.
That is a big cat.
I feel like either works. I think investigation is kind of more what I'm doing, right? I'm not just looking for something. I think I'm like investigating to see if there's anything specifically important to me.
Okay.
I have such a bonus to that, and I rolled so poorly. What has happened?
Bad rolls. Yeah, you.
Today's not my day.
Aside from the labelless bottle, you don't find anything of interest. There's a couple tidbits here and there of what looked like hand-drawn notes and the like. There's actually a note from Otro, but it looks like it's in cipher.
I take it.
Okay. And as we see Hastara reaching underneath a desk and grabbing this, Torblerone, you're...
He just went through a secret room.
You enter the hallway after noticing that...
Candy.
After noticing that a couple soldiers of the palace guard left it open.
I love the idea of his character being like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Much.
For a bunch of Toblerone.
As you're walking through this hallway, what exactly are you hoping to achieve?
Just sneakily getting to wherever this hallway leads. Just trying to figure out what this is. He's a curious guy. He just likes to, look around.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been walking for a good several minutes. You haven't noticed any obvious doorways or the like.
Even with like my little presence goggles turned on.
Presence is basically night vision and heat vision.
Yeah. Well, if you know, people's hands leave heat residue for a short amount of time, but not a long amount.
Haven't seen anything, really.
All right, I'll keep going and kind of feel the walls.
Yeah. Roll a quick.
You know what else is really cool about heat vision goggles there, Tyler?
What?
You can see when people fart. Isn't that cool?
Wow,
Tyler wasn't impressed
today.
Nice. You guys are not doing well with rolls. I'm okay with this.
Today is not our day. We are having a struggle bus.
Speak for yourselves.
You've had one good roll.
I've rolled once.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You've rolled more than once.
That's true. Luthor rolled an 8 before.
Yeah, he rolled the pilot. That was garbage.
But it was a fake roll.
Yeah, but his actual only real roll. Okay, so he's been rolling well.
Yeah, so Taurani, this hallway goes on for a good 15 minutes of just walking straight. As far as you can tell, it's a straight. The lights flicker on as the deeper you go, then turn off behind you. Clearly conserving energy. They don't need lights on all the time. They're not wasteful.
It's not like I need the lights with my Presence goggles on.
True. Sadly, there's no light switches. Every now and then, a servo skull kind of floats on by you on whatever business it's going, delivering messages or just cleaning, basically. But you have the sense
Taurani would just go, "Good day, robot," and keep walking.
Make a sound as this little floating skull just bobs by. You have the sense that you're going down.
Going down, down, baby, Wall Street in the...
And you see near the end of the tunnel this dim red light flickering ever so slightly.
Taurani will pause and kind of try and examine it from afar as best he can. Like, investigating, I guess, would be the role there.
I would say awareness because you're looking at it.
Okay. Just giving me a secondary awareness roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's clearly the end of this tunnel. You probably guessed that there are many entrances and doors that you did miss on your way down here. But now you have your bearing. You feel the air is a little heavier here. Outside, the tunnel itself looks dim, red, dark. You don't hear anything aside from the slight humming of machinery.
He'll hand on holster, like slowly, like at the ready to draw, creeping forward as quietly as he can.
In that case, roll stealth. Perfect.
3 and a complication. God, we've all rolled complications.
You have. And I like it because it gives me rune, I think. Yeah, as you approach the end of the tunnel, you see a shadow casting its basically at the doorway, slowly lumbering towards you. or at least towards the doorway.
How wide is the doorway?
Just regular sized doorway, meant for one person.
Is the hallway the same, like skinny hallway, or is it a long, wide hallway?
It's a wider hallway.
Gosh darn it!
Like meant for most likely a small vehicle to drive through.
So there's no way I could like arms forward against one wall, legs forward, and climb up to be at the top of it. That's what I was hoping to do.
Probably not.
All right. Well. All right. I have an idea. Taurani is gonna walk out, pretending to be drunk. Towards the shadow.
Yeah. You lumber out, kind of bobbling about towards this shadow that you see, and are you trying to like bump into it, walk by it?
No, he's like, man, I've been walking for a while. Where's the bathroom?
As you turn, you see this large bipedal creature, and it has to be a creature of sorts. A single cybernetic red eye looking down to you as its large mechanical clamp of an arm simply whizzes ever so slightly. Intruder, identify self.
Huh? I'm drunk. I'm a guy who's here for the party.
I'm a dunk. Not recognized. Identification code.
7.
Identification number invalid. Setting alarm.
Taurani is gonna spring and just shoot it straight in the eye.
All right. I'll let you have that round before it kills you. What?
Really weird.
So do I get to roll an attack?
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack against it.
I'm gonna use a wrath for a reroll just in case.
Go ahead. Yeah, you would hit it, I think.
All right. Good old plasma pistol damage. Here we go.
Nice. So, 15 armor piercing 3. Let me take a look at my servitor's strength. How unfortunate is that? Let's see. So you kill 3 armor, and it. Go ahead and tell me what it looks like as you essentially kill this cybernetic robot of a man.
Essentially, Taurani was just kind of being drunk, and he just has had his hand on his plasma pistol the whole time. It just kind of does a whole like a quick draw, lean back, shoot from the forearm kind of thing, aiming towards its chest as it melts away the center mass of the metal machine man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Luckily, he is just a soulless machine body that uses a human body. Because, God, 40K is fun when it comes to that. Yeah, which gun did you use, by the way?
The plasma.
The plasma. So that makes a very loud sound as it's superheated gas, and a very bright light as it explodes and melts through the center armor plating of this combat servitor. And it simply twitches ever so slightly before falling onto its knees and then onto the ground fully. The clamp on its arms whizzing open and closed.
Is it still moving open and closed?
Yeah, it looks like it's just a standardized reaction. The last century commands that it got put in.
Cool. Taurani will immediately look around the room for somewhere to disappear to.
The room itself is fairly open. There's empty cages, it would appear, throughout. The floor itself, brown, rusted. Off to the side, you hear what sounds like water dripping from the ceiling. A few places to hide, but not very. There are a few dark corners, however.
All right. If water's dripping from the ceiling, that means there's something up there. Is there a vent?
There's always a vent.
I gotta channel my inner friend Gildo and his vent quests.
All right. Yeah, if you're trying to be stealthy, stealth, and if you're trying to get into a vent, roll a athletics to see if you can climb up there.
All right. So athletics and then stealth, or stealth and then athletics?
Stealth and then athletics.
Bam.
Perfect.
And then bam.
Not so perfect. Yeah, as you're attempting to reach up towards this vent that it's relatively open and you can easily see it, it's just a little too high off the ground for you to reach. You have to climb atop of one of the cages.
Gildo comes down.
Godo's hand just reaches out and grabs me.
Yeah.
And by the time you get in there, he's gone.
Wait, I had that wrath point set aside. Can I re-roll that now?
No.
Can he just hear some like mumbling and like some like a little bit of rattle, like metal rattling?
You say you'll allow it or no?
I'll allow it.
All right, I'll hit that re-roll then. Aha! It's a 4 now.
Really not that better when you get down to it. Yeah, so what happens is you see a double door open on the far side of the room, and several figures moving in, flashlights on the edge of their guns, pointing about, looking for what has caused this. And as you're reaching up and looking down, you feel something actually grab your arm and pull you into the vents. But once you enter, there's no one there. You just hear a slight southern accent being like, the vents are my place.
What? Avengemopolis?
That's what Gilda would say.
Cool.
Yeah, you're able to evade what looks like a search party reacting to this very loud, explosive gunshot.
Cool.
Where do you go from here?
He's gonna sit there and try and listen into what they're talking about, or hear what they're saying. Like the people who came to see what happened. He kind of wants to hang by that vent.
Yeah, you're easily able to see into the room completely. There's about 6, maybe 7 figures that you can currently see. Currently fanning out through the room, their las guns at the ready to fire at anything. One of them goes over towards the servitor that you had shot and kind of kneels down, looks at it, then you can tell they're looking around the room. They put a finger to their ear, and you can't hear what they're saying. But you know he's speaking audibly. You can hear the faint clicking of his Voxcaster going on and off.
But I just can't hear.
You just can't hear exactly what he's saying. But you can easily tell these are house guards.
So guards of the palace.
Yeah, palace guards, basically.
Gotcha. Taurani will wait there until they leave. Because the most interesting thing that Taurani thinks is, well, if they leave, they've already checked this area and have checked the outlets, they won't return.
Yeah. How long are you willing to wait? Just until they leave?
Yeah.
Okay. A good 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 go by. They continue to stay there, searching pretty much every nook and cranny. Every now and then you kind of see one kind of fanning their light up towards the vents and the roof, looking to see if anybody's hanging on. But you're able to duck down before they're able to see you. You hear an unfamiliar voice now, speaking loudly. Now, I do believe that somebody here has taken one of our prize servitors out of commission. My sister will not be pleased when she finds one of her challengers gone. That bodes well for me. And you've never seen this figure before, but you see a relatively well-dressed man. Black, brown hair.
Would I have recognized the voice from the radio?
You would. However, this voice sounds far more confident.
Interesting.
That's quite interesting. Looks like they used a plasma pistol. And you see the figure kick the servitor. Well, of course, this hunk of junk couldn't stand up to that. I might have to get me one of them sometime. Quite a fun weapon, I'd imagine. Well, whoever it was, probably long gone. Probably part of that damn commissar's party. I'll have to ask Anita about that later.
Hey!
Sergeant of the Guard, have you found the Saka? The one who decided to delve? And you're unable to hear the response, but it's clear a negative.
Decided to delve is the thing he's hanging on right now, because he's thinking that Ostar did something that he doesn't know, and he's trying to he's just curious at this point.
Now, Sergeant, tell me, have you been using just your eyeballs, or are you smart enough to use your infrared? Send out the hunter-killers. Check the vents, check the waterway. Whoever did this, well, Anita probably wants his head. After all, losing her moneymaker right here, well, she'll probably think it's me if I don't get someone else's head for it.
Ooh, this is interesting. Taurani's like, oh, it's used in the pits.
Yes. And, of course, if I don't get their head, it'll surely be mine. But if you don't get it, it'll be yours.
Interesting. They're going to use the infrared. Well,
And... oh, yeah, go on.
Taurani's going to get move in the vent until he's out of that room.
Yeah, so you crawl through the vent. The vent this time is a little smaller than usual, clearly meant to keep larger people out. Roll a quick awareness for me. Perfect.
4 and a complication.
Like I said, perfect. You're able to notice it right as you're crawling through the vents. This red, almost scanning-like light in the vents ahead of you by one of the corners, as you see a little T-section. And you hear the telltale sign of anti-grav as a servitor slowly bobs into view.
Well, I have an option of shooting it or hiding somehow away from it.
Well, you could
The
spend the
vent
wrath to have a place to hide, or you can shoot it, or whatever else you think might work here.
Can I pretend to be a servitor head?
So servitors are just skulls.
Yeah,
mounted.
exactly. I can pretend to be just a skull, right? It's easy. I just contort my body. I'm a contortionist.
Hey, if you roll a 20 on a deception check,
I don't even know if that's possible.
it's not.
No, wait, it could be if it was all 6s.
So, impossible.
Impossible.
But you can easily tell this thing is scanning for you, looking for you now. And it's getting quite close.
How difficult is it to pull out my bolt pistol?
None at all. You have enough space.
All right.
Just remember, it's enclosed space and very loud.
Oh.
Because a
bolt
bolt
pistol
gun is literally a rocket-propelled grenade fired from a gun.
Oh. So no matter what gun I use, it's going to be really loud.
Probably.
All right, here goes my wrath to find a hiding spot.
Yeah, so are you trying to exit the vent or
I want
find
to
a nook and cranny in the vent?
I just want to find a nook and cranny or some way I can deceive the servitor.
Yeah. So as the servitor turns the corner, you're able to roll to the side, and there's clearly a separate duct meant to be intake for a single room. And you see this Ursa skull with its maw open, teeth missing, with what looks like a gun pointing out. One single red eye scanning up and down in a fanning motion as it slowly bobs by you.
What question? Would my chainsword make a loud noise?
Does the chainsaw make a loud noise?
Okay, you're right.
What kind of question is that?
I didn't know.
Question. Would my chainsaw make a loud noise?
It's chainsword. I don't know by definition what it is, so makes sense that it's a chainsaw.
Oh my god!
I
Can
was
we
just
can we
curious.
like wait a moment while Tyler Googles chainsword and just watches like a YouTube video of it?
Have you seen them? They're like, oh, you should go watch one.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
It's like Gundam warrior swords.
yeah,
but like
they're badass.
chainsaws.
But they're
I
like,
see it now.
I'm coming for you.
It's a sword, but a chainsaw.
All right, I see it. It's fine. All right, I'll just be hidden then. I wanted to kill it. Wait, hold on. I thought Gilda deactivated all those things.
All of them? Strange.
Hey Maggie, just because it was just brought up, this is a hard tangent. I do apologize. Quick 5e question, because I know you know a lot about 5e. If somebody casts a spell that does thunder damage, would it make noise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Come on.
I mean, unless they had like some kind of like silent spell in the room or something.
Yeah. Unless they had something that specifically said otherwise, to
Yeah.
do like an extra ability. But I mean, as a rule of thumb. Yeah, like
What?
okay,
I think
cool.
lightning makes or
He's
thunder.
making fun of you,
makes
Taylor.
Lightning and thunder.
No. I agreed with Scott on this. Somebody else said thunder doesn't make.
Or rain. Like
What?
rain's
Yeah.
gonna make
Like
rain
thunderclap?
noises.
Thunderclap would
Yeah,
easily.
Oh, yeah,
thunderclap makes
thunderclap
a
would
ton of
make, like, a
noise,
huge-
like super noise.
Or thunder wave.
Yeah, those all
I
make
think is what
noise.
it's
Any
Those
sort
are
of thunder
literally-
magic is loud. It's just literally a noise magic.
Yeah.
Those were literally the spells in question, utilized in the spell Thunder Step, which specifically says how big and how loud in the range of sound that one
Super
does.
loud.
Saying, well, this one specifically gives sound, and since these ones don't, therefore they don't. But anyways, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That was somebody else's argument, and I just was curious what the general consensus was among other nerds that know their games well.
If you're
As a
using
GM of D&D 5e, I would say that it would make noise.
It makes
Any
sense.
They were like trying
Thunder-
to be stealthy.
thunder-based magic would be noise.
Maggie, this is why we are friends.
They make hella noise.
It's the only reason, by the way. Only reason.
All right, do I need to roll anything to avoid this thing?
No, you already rolled an 8 on your stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, so this thing basically
Oh, and
bobs
stealth.
by you, and you can go on your merry way. Exactly what are you hoping to find, and where do you hope to go to?
Oh, I was just moving out of the room until I thought they were done scanning, and then I was going to head back towards that room.
Okay. Yeah. It's probably going to take a while for them to be done scanning, but at the moment, you're in a relatively safe, stealthy place, so you can wait however long you want.
Yeah, I was going to pause, like, if I could figure out where the new room went, try and find where the vent is actually in the wall and contained, so it's harder to see into via heat sense things.
Yeah. So After a little while, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour goes by, you finally hear the room becoming more quiet. It doesn't sound like there's anybody in there anymore after quite a long time. You did see somebody pop their head up into the vents and look around with a flashlight, but that only lasted about a couple seconds before they went back to searching the room itself.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna crawl back towards that room, check to make sure it's empty before I drop back down.
Sure, make an awareness for me. No particular reason.
So convincing.
5 with a complication.
Perfect.
All the awarenesses are complications.
Perfect. You notice
You
that
see it, but your eyes start bleeding.
all 6 of them are still in the room on the opposite side of the vent where you can't really see them. And as you're crawling, the vent ever so slightly gives. It doesn't fall, but just enough where it makes a loud noise.
Taurani. Ah, shit.
As soon as you say that, you hear the telltale racking of a auto gun.
An auto gun or an auto cannon?
Auto gun, so just regular machine gun.
How close am I to where I climbed into the vent?
About 5 feet.
I'm gonna rush in, pull my pistols, and start shooting them.
All right. So, yeah, we get this wonderful scene of this one trench coat wearing soldier just unloading his machine gun up towards the vents, and we see Taurani speed crawling and flying out of the vent.
Yep, just like diving out with his pistols.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's a combat. You go first. There are 6 targets in total.
I'm gonna go for the one, whoever's the one shooting first.
The one shooting is just somebody off to the side. Now, remember, you are able to multi-attack since you are dual-wielding.
There's a disadvantage to that, I think, though.
There is. For every target that you choose, it's a defense increase on their part of 2 per target.
Yeah. And the most I could target is 2 different ones with one for each pistol. Right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. The other question is, how far away from me are they?
Of less than 20 feet.
Okay, that's easy then. So when I dive out, I'm gonna try and use the cages as cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna shoot at use my plasma pistol on the guy that's shooting the gun at the vent.
All right.
So this is my first attack roll, I guess.
You only have to make 1 attack roll.
Oh, okay. And the other one is at the one right next to him.
Yeah. With that, you would be able to hit 2 of them.
Okay. So here's my damage from my plasma pistol. Here's from my bolt pistol.
The plasma pistol is a lot better. Does your plasma pistol have an AoE on it? Because I don't remember.
You said it did.
I think it does.
Oh, then if I knew that, the bolt pistol would shoot the somebody else that's further away from the one guy.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll your attack rolls for you so you can win?
No, I'm good.
What? He hit.
Okay.
I hit twice.
He hit twice.
Multi-attack. Okay.
Yeah. So check for me real quick to see if that plasma pistol.
Wait, multi-attack only requires one roll to do both?
1 roll, and it increases their
cool.
defense, basically.
Okay, because I was looking at the numbers that popped up, so it confused me for a second. Okay, I get it. Sorry.
So, plasma pistol, not AoE, but it should be. But it does have supercharge, so that's interesting. I have no idea what that does. Yeah, so as you fire, you hit both these soldiers who are readying their weapons, and we get this wonderful bullet time, New York Minute style. Taurani, you're flying out of the vents, rolling, taking cover.
Rolling and immediately picking up and running and shooting.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
And we see this blue streak of light just hit one of them square in the shoulder, and we just see his arm disappear in this blue gas as another chest explodes with the bolt round. As two of them go down in a single shot.
All right, so I'm down to 5.
Now, this next one is going to immediately fire at you. He's going to hit. I'm going to transfer one of those to damage, because I'm an asshole.
He's A-S-S-H-O.
8. I actually have no idea what your defense is.
My defense is a 3. My
Or your resilience.
resilience is 9.
Oh, so he would actually do no damage to you. You do get hit, but your armor easily absorbs the las gun, leaving a slight singe on your armor.
It just blends in with the rest of them.
It is then your turn.
All right, time to shoot at 2 people again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot at ones that haven't shot at me yet. That was crappy.
Only hit 1.
All right, well, they're taking a hit from my plasma pistol.
I mean, he basically melts. Yeah, so you get shot in the shoulder, and your bolt gun goes wide as the smaller but still a grenade bullet goes forth and just blasts against the wall, shredding metal and pipes as the plasma gun nails another person square in the torso, and we see that person basically vaporize. Another one's going to take a shot at you.
Taurani's just going to yell, "You sure you want to do this? I'll drop you all."
You know, he's going to solve it because of that.
He's going to what?
Okay, well, that hits. Sadly, I can't. Cool. You take 1 shock from that one.
1 shock, all right.
Yeah, so as soon as you speak, he nicks you right where the armor's a little weak, and you can feel the heat underneath, or your flesh underneath just get a little too hot as it burns easily to 3rd degree. It becomes your turn again. There are 4 left. So you easily hit a few.
There's the bolt, there's the plasma.
And you can roll again if you want.
Bolt or plasma again?
Whichever one you want.
I don't know what... I mean, the plasma does more damage, so why not?
Okay. Yeah, because basically the way that I've been house ruling the multi-attacks is it's going to be their defense plus 2 per target. So with that, they have defense of 3, 5, 7. So you'd be able to hit 3 of them easy. All right. Now the one that your bolt pistol hit, you hit him hard in the armor, and he stays up, but clearly injured. You see blood kind of dripping from his face as he spits out a glob of just his jaw, more or less, that's shredded. As you
Nice
quickly,
look, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate you're still standing.
As your plasma gun barks 2 more times, sending these wonderful superheated plasma bolts just to eliminate 2 more people.
To give a little bit of extra to people watching, the plasma pistol's in his right hand, which is why he's able to shoot it more frequently. That's his dominant eye and dominant hand.
True. Just remember, you gotta watch out for overheating.
Yeah.
Because it will explode.
Yep.
All right. Question.
Yes.
Athletics.
You need me to roll it?
Yep. Cool. Just gonna roll this, no reason. Oops.
You rolled a 16.
Yep, you died. So, perfect. All right. This is a confined area, so this grenade, you're only going to take like half damage.
My defense is 3.
Yeah, it's a grenade.
Oh.
Yeah, we see one of them, one of the last ones, pull a grenade and toss it towards you. It bounces slightly to the side of you, but you're still within range in this small, confined room.
And you say I take half damage?
Yeah, you can attempt to soak it.
Well, if it's half damage, my resilience is 9, and the damage it's doing is 6.
No. Well, fuck you. Yeah, in that case, your turn. There's 2 enemies left, more or less. One of them's almost dead.
Wait, I thought there were 4. Oh, yeah, because I hit one.
Yeah, you killed 3 of them.
All right.
Hey, draw that complication card.
What do I do after I draw it?
You show it to me.
All right, I drew it.
And press Z on it. Or actually, drag it onto the table first.
I'm trying to, but it's not letting me.
Now you have to...
Oh, I figured it out.
There you go. All right. So, read it to us. You flipped it, by the way.
Oh, I need to flip it again. How do I flip it again?
I have no idea what you pressed to flip it. But I'm going to flip it back for you.
There you go. Oh, wait, we both flipped it. Quit!
Right,
Stop it!
Read it to me.
Nope, I got to flip it back again. Why is it... Okay, it is...
Here, I'll flip it. Nope. Okay. Just draw a new one. It's fine.
How do I get rid of this one then?
I'll just delete it. Wait, it's now unflipped. All right. I bet that was Scott.
Yep, flip it again. He flipped it back.
So, inconvenient target. Something has gone very wrong with this attack. This strike hits a target that is very inconvenient for the current situation, such as an explosive fuel source, flammable materials, or controls to extend a bridge across a chasm. So, what does this rounds hit?
I feel like it should trigger an alarm.
It does. Yeah, so you're firing. You can roll your plasma, by the way, as I'm explaining this.
I was going to do 1 bolt and then 1 plasma. Because I rolled an 8, so it should still hit both of them.
Yeah, it kills both of them easy enough. But as you're firing your plasma pistol, it sets off this blaring alarm as the person who you hit flails backwards, and one of their limbs just smacks against a button, shattering it.
Okay. Huh?
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything?
Nope.
All right.
There's no blaring alarm or anything that you can hear, but the lights themselves all shut off.
Presence goggles on.
And where are you going to go from here?
I want to head down the hallway that I originally hadn't gone down.
All right. Now, this room itself does branch out into several more. There looks to be an elevator not too far away.
All right. How many hallways?
4 hallways in total. 1 going left, 1 going right, 2 separate ones going straight.
All right. Left to right is 1 to 4. I go in door number 3.
All right, door number 3. That's one of the straight ones going down. It's a staircase.
Cool.
Now, this is pretty much your regular type of staircase that you see in most office buildings, where it goes down, shifts, down again, shifts, down again.
I should tell you that Taurani is because literally just because the loud noise of all the guns and that approach got them there last time. He's moving quickly down these stairs.
Okay.
With
Make
guns,
a athletics for me.
Guns ready, like rounding each corner. Guns first.
Nice. So you're moving with good speed at the moment, like jumping down the shorter flights of stairs, and just booking it more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Roll awareness for me, real quick.
I'm scrolling up to see if I got a glory real quick at any point.
I don't think you did.
I see a lot of icons. Yeah, I don't think I got a glory.
Basically, I'm full on rune, so
Yeah. So you said roll an awareness?
Mhm.
Crappy.
you don't notice anything. You're more focused on running away at the moment. The sound of your boots hitting the concrete just echoing through this chamber. It sounds like there's dozens of other boots as you're running through, just because it's a very large staircase. There's no other doors every level you get to. It just goes down and down.
Well, he's gonna keep going.
All right. We go back to the parlor where we see Anita still talking with Luthor, pouring another full glass of the drink into his and hers as well. Now, my dear Commissar, I may be remiss in my duties as a hostess. Are you hungry by any chance? I could have a fine red meat steak made for you. Or are you more preferable to something else?
Truth be told, what I'm preferable to is time to rest and relax on my own, digest everything that I've taken in thus far, and contemplating how it is we're going to approach the situation moving forward.
She keeps her faint smile on her face as she looks down towards you. I understand the need to be alone. However, I do apologize. I do need to get to know you more. As you can tell, I'm quite business-oriented at the moment.
How long does a commissar typically stay stationed when appointed to a world such as this? In your experience, I mean.
Usually until their death or their retirement from age, dementia, decrepitness, or simple too wounded to continue serving the Imperium.
Is there a mandatory health examination that one must take as a person under the employ of one such as yourself?
That is, unfortunately, we are not in charge of that. As you can understand, it would be bad for a world to simply say, we do not want a commissar. We unfortunately are not in charge of that. In fact, the ecclesiarchy is.
Understandably. My point is, I'm rather young, and granted, you haven't received a doctor's notification yet, but you could probably assume from looking at me I'm rather healthy. And considering that we have many decades between now and when either one of us passes, there's ample opportunity for us to get to know one another. And I would hate to squander all that time with getting too familiar too soon and not having the enjoyment of getting to know one another over that lapse. So I take the glass that she filled and place it down and say, I genuinely appreciate your hospitality, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know yourself and, truth be told, your brother as well, over the coming years, if not at least days and weeks. I'm going to see myself out now.
Yes, Commissar, that's truth, I guess. It would be a shame to meet you too quickly. Though I do find myself quite fancying your style. It's quite unordinary and unorthodox for one of your position. You intrigue me, Commissar. I'll have one of my servants show you to your room. I assume that will be okay.
Genuinely appreciate it. I honestly don't know my way around this castle yet and a palace yet, and it's going to take some time for me to get familiar to such an incredible estate.
I assume so. You'll have plenty of time to explore. Now, dear Commissar, if you'll head this way. And she motions towards where you entered.
Whilst they were having their final conversation, Could I have seen maybe, or when I was looking, could I have looked for a cipher?
The cipher.
Yeah.
Roll investigation.
Right. Come on. Happening with my rolls today. 3 is better than all the 2s I've been rolling.
You would guess, just from your time as a investigator and detective, usually if there's a code and a cipher in the same place, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But you definitely notice that some of the text on it seems familiar. It gives you an odd feeling when looking through it.
Well, I take the one note, and as I see them looking
There
like they're
is
going to
also, you notice now, a small symbol on the top right corner of this little paper. You can't make out what it is, but it looks to be invisible ink of sorts, drawn by heat.
Hail, space Viking.
Okay.
Follow you, you dab.
We'll note that. As I see them looking like they're gonna leave, and I hear Luthor kind of exiting himself, I quickly pocket it and make my way to leaving.
All right.
Flat out.
Now roll stealth for that.
Oh boy. Come on. I'm gonna use a wrath to reroll my failures. We have no glory. You guys, we have gotten no glory this entire half. What is happening today?
Maggie,
We have had so many
I've only rolled
complications.
once.
No,
I've only rolled once.
I think it's because we don't have Gildo.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so.
Oh, rip.
Gildo's the good luck charm.
He is a
We need
good luck
Gildo.
charm. It's because he works for Roll20. No, just kidding.
I need a big meaty dildo right now. That's what I need.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
You and me both. He's my bro in this game.
What is going on?
Is that a re-roll or is
yeah,
that a
I
success?
can reroll failures, right?
Yes, I would definitely suggest re-rolling.
That's a 4. It's better than a 3.
I guess it's better, but not by much.
4 is better than nothing.
As Anita has the door opened by one of the servants, she ushers you out, Luthor. And Astara, you see her looking at you. Faint smile on her face. I hope to see you and your friends soon. You should invite her to one of our future meetings, don't you think?
She's saying that to Luthor, but she was right.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry because you started with Ostara. I didn't realize she was talking to me. What did you say?
Scott's like, oh, it's Star. I totally blank out.
That you should invite your friend to your next meeting is basically what she's saying.
I said, I'll discuss it with her, but I do not give her any form. My apologies. I say, I'll discuss it with her. But decisions such as those generally fall to her own mind.
I'm sure they do. I'm looking forward to seeing her in the future.
I just need to do this. Hold on one second because it closed on me because I was having issues with my browser. And there you clickety clack. There we go.
She definitely suspects that there's someone in the room at the moment. That is not you.
And considering Maggie touched me before, Maggie, I imagine that I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try not to give any recognition for whatever that might be.
Yeah, no, she, after hearing the noise of the bottle being put down, and you can't tell what, Astara, but something as you were trying to leave, she not so much could tell where you were. But Luthor, you, just from your insight, it's almost like she's talking to 2 people.
Wait.
You mean more than just me and a star?
No, just you and the star.
Oh, no, I got that.
But since the star is invisible.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see both of you being led away. Well, one of you being led away by one of the maitre d's through the hallways. But we stay with Anita as she touches the cybernetics covering her ear and then touches something on her eye. And we get this vision from hers as she begins to look around the room, looking for heat signatures. Noticing that there was a presence behind the bar, the heat not yet dissipated. And we see her smile broaden, a taunting smile.
Does Chameleon hide the heat signature though? I was just genuinely
Only
curious.
visible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only sight that it blocks, I believe.
Whoa, hold on. But heat signatures are sight. It's just a different spectrum of light.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Heat is heat.
Yeah, just say that's infrared vision. Just saying.
I'm just genuinely curious, and there's no way that would make sense and hold up.
I'm just saying infrared vision.
But I was just curious how Chameleon worked. That was more of
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
curious how we
basically-
define vision and sight.
Cloak of invisibility kind of way. I
It
believe.
it says it only helps with those things that pertain to visual senses.
Cloak of invisibility in third edition and earlier editions also blocked out infravision and ultravision. If you're talking about second edition, so just saying.
No, she's not looking at Maggie.
Yeah,
She's
she's
looking
looking
where
at where
Maggie
she
was.
touched. Which, yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
that's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
You know,
Looking
where,
at where my body touched.
yeah, where your
space.
body was, where your body heat soaked into the places.
Still infravision, but that's okay.
I'm surprised she hasn't reacted to anybody telling her of a giant commotion downstairs, but it could not have happened yet.
Dude, she didn't know that a bunch of people died in the streets because a ship crash landed and a whole building fell apart and we blew
This is
stuff
in
up.
her palace, though. But anyway, it could just be a different time.
What? The
because-
building
She's sitting there like guzzling blood and offering like long pork and stuff like that. Like she clearly is not all there. It's like,
But
fava
at
beans,
that- We'll go to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick 8-minute break. By the way, we have 2 amazing pieces of fan art. I'm gonna post them in chat so people can check them out. Definitely give those retweets. We've got one from Kitu and another one from Ashley, aka Snow. They're so awesome. Thank you for the amazing fan art. These are really cool.
Yes, and just to give people an idea of the ones from Kitu, that's from my friend Kat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Specifically,
Holy crap.
That is Anita and Otoro.
Whoa, that's wiki cool. I really like Kat's art style. You see, their name's Kat, you said?
Yeah.
I really like their art style. That's wiki cool.
That's nice. I'm glad you like Kat's art style, Scott, because you've met Kat.
Wait, which cat?
No, different Kat.
I know it's a different Kat.
Oh, I was like, that's not art cat something.
Trash. Art cat trash.
Yeah, trash. Yeah, I didn't listen. I just didn't want to call her trashy. That's okay.
Except
Is
this.
it so bad?
Except it's art trash cat. Get it
You know,
right.
they can't remember everybody's Twitter handle. Her name is Kat.
Look, Scott still thinks tiefling is pronounced tiefling, so
It is definitely
Wait, it is
Tiefling. It is Tiefling. If it was Tiefling, it would be TEA fling. You saw my tweet,
All right. But if anybody wants to know, spoilers on the weaponry, but that's what those 2 characters look like.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So thank you for the fan art. I hope we get to see some more down the line. And of course, if you're enjoying the show, give us a follow here on Twitch. Hit that little heart. And if you're watching this on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Super appreciate it. And we'll see you momentarily after this break.
Hail, Space Viking.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Unsung Fury, part 2 of episode 11. Kinda left off with trying to be sneaky and being not so sneaky in both cases. I think in both scenes.
Yep. Yeah.
My rolls have not been good today.
None of your rules have been good,
No.
except for Taurani.
Avoid combat.
Scott had one roll and he rolled well.
He had
He's
two
only
and he
had
rolled
to
well
roll
Oh,
both.
2 rolls, okay.
Yeah, he's only had to roll those times.
He actually has always been pretty lucky.
It's true,
That's true.
which is shocking for Scott.
I'm just
whoa,
glad.
whoa, hold on, hold on. I married an amazing woman. That's pretty lucky. See, look. Oh, I lost my ring, but
That's
I
not
think.
lucky.
Are you sure it wasn't removed by your wife for how many times you put yourself in the doghouse?
I never go in the doghouse. We don't have a doghouse here. We have a dog
We
that
have a
sleeps in
cat
our bed.
house.
Oh, no, she doesn't have a house either. I hate that cat.
He says that, and then he's sitting there snuggling with it.
I hate cats. It's so gross. I'm covered in fur now. It's nasty.
I mean,
Dogs kind
that's just natural for me.
But
No. Not if you get the right kind of dog. If dogs putting fur on you, euthanize.
Also, Scott,
whoa.
spell.
Oh, well. I don't think we can play with Scott anymore after that opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I was also gonna say, Scott, you could never become really big in the public eye. You would get destroyed in seconds.
Yeah.
For making jokes, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All 3 of us are just like, yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Oh my gosh.
I follow a lot of
I
comedians.
mean, he
so.
still pronounces tiefling, tiefling.
Typhling, correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did you like all those words that I wrote to you that are
Oh,
all pronounced
He also
the
calls
same
well,
way?
while we're on break, I was totally watching my friend Sasha's stream, so I wasn't looking. Oh, hey.
Why don't you
I
read off some
yelled.
of those words for me?
Shrake, grape, feld.
What?
Well, I got a Boston accent. Excuse me, it is a GIF. Thank you very much, Frank. That is shade. That is shade. It is definitely a GIF.
It is definitely
Graphical.
He spelled. He
Graphical.
just pronounced shriek. You just
but
pronounced
here's-
shriek as shrike. What did you
Yeah,
just call
he
it?
did. He did call it Shrike.
And field as feld.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Maggie. Let's keep going.
What is happening
Yep.
here?
I also
his Boston accent.
I have to
I'm
make
sure I
a
don't have
point
Boston.
about the fact that yes, I agree with you, Scott, in that it is pronounced GIF, but the person who created it tries to say it's pronounced GIF, and it
Yes, some people try to be trendy and different, and we call them out for being losers.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, he pronounced like
Jeff
shrike
is peanut
instead of
butter.
shriek.
Hey,
Yeah.
did you guys already buy your Christmas GIFs?
Yep.
How
Makes
about
perfect
Yeah.
sense.
chief?
My-
How about chief?
What
Or
about chief?
cashier?
Call it Chite.
Chief is an indigenous word.
Or how about cashier?
What about cashier?
Or believe?
It's actually
about
pronounced Kashif.
I know it's all E's.
They're
There's
all
no-
E's.
Yeah.
Scott, they're all E's and they're spelled
Oh.
I-E.
And what about thief?
You just, yeah.
You just
What about
proved our
thief?
point. It's
Awesome.
thief, not thief.
Exactly. What about thief?
What about it? What about it? We're not talking about thief. We're talking about tie.
That's short for my name. It's TY, not TIE.
No. Like tie. Like. Oh, I'm getting ready for work, sweetheart. Let me put on my tie.
See-
Put on my suit and tie.
Here, let's prove a point then with that. It ends in E, therefore it makes the I long. That word does not end in E, therefore
No.
it would not make the
I
I
have a
long.
perfect example for you. Delric, the word tier.
Here. What about it?
We don't say tire.
You are correct because there is a word tire. Tire.
But it's T-I-E-R, which is the same as tiefling. It's T-I-E.
No, it's not. Because it's Typhling. English is a messed up language. We got lots of exceptions.
I'm just sitting
And this
back
is an
and-
exceptional word. Typhling.
No. I'm gonna lose my shit right now.
It's okay.
Well-
I've already lost most of my respect for Scott, so
It's okay. You didn't have much to begin
you
with, so it's
can't
okay.
go much lower. And him not knowing how to pronounce words doesn't surprise me.
Well, I can pronounce things quite well, thank you very
Also,
much.
my favorite thing is him like, but what about thief? We're like, yeah, what about
these
thief?
words that prove me wrong?
What about this word? That's
I am
exactly what you're
posting.
saying.
I am posting something in chat that proves Scott is wrong.
I mean,
I know I'm
is
right.
it just a
Discord.
dictionary?
Yeah.
All right.
As
Well,
tiefling is derived from the German language, it should be pronounced like a German word, exactly like in the video if you click on it. The TIE sounds like T or T, like TEETAE, and then fleen, which teef means something like deep, and ling is the same as in English, like as in halfling, where the German word
Yeah,
is.
Strippin read this exact thing to me 2 years ago, and he was wrong back then. You're wrong now.
No, that is literally the definition
Strippin
for
did
the
read-
English language and the root
Tyler,
of the word
Sturpin did
tiefling.
read this.
Tiefling's
to
not a
him.
real word.
We
It's a
also
made-up word
sent
for a
him
fantasy
clip
world.
of the designer calling it tiefling, and he's
And the
still
designer of GIFs calls it GIFs. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to design something and mispronounce it. It happens all the
In
time.
all fairness, in the defense of that creator,
Listen, the Boston Garden. The Boston Garden.
the
It's
creator
pronounced the
never
Boston
thought
Garden.
of how it would be pronounced when he created it. He created it as an acronym for what it was, and then he's like, well, I guess it would be pronounced GIF, but that's literally how it went. So
Listen. The Boston Garden, okay, is pronounced wrong by those that
listen,
built
we
it.
already know all the Boston stuff is wrong. So
So the Pats are going to take another ring this year, but that's okay.
yeah, you're
except they
dreaming,
fucking lost
dog.
again.
Yeah, that's okay. They usually lose 4 regular season games every year. That's
Yeah,
super
that's true.
normal. Super
They're
normal.
also in the weakest division in the NFL until recently, and now they're not doing as well because their division is stronger.
I'm
They're
sure.
still 10-3, but
I'm sure 10-3, which is second in the NFL, is not doing that well.
for them, it is not doing well.
It's a second in the NFL.
Look
That's
at
what
their
they
strength-
usually say.
look at
No,
strength
that's what
of
I'm saying.
schedule.
For them, that's bad.
They usually
Look
1 or
at
2.
the strength of schedule, though. Look at strength of schedule.
Yep, this is what all the anti-Pats fans have to say. Oh, we've got another excuse. Nah.
I mean, as a Pats fan, yeah, this is the Pats being bad.
Well, and
We're
again,
still
they are
really good.
trying to film and cheat against the worst team in the NFL, the Bengals.
Hey,
There's nothing wrong with filming.
everyone does that. They're just the ones that get caught.
No, they were in the press booth behind the play callers.
No, listen, there's nothing wrong with filming. Do not kink shame the Patriots.
Tyler, it's called voyeurism.
Exactly.
Get used to it.
Do not kink shame the Patriots. What's the matter with you? Listen,
How dare you, sir?
listen. We all know our Big Red is doing great for the Bengals this year.
Moving
right,
on,
Frank.
back to the show.
Let's do this thing called Unsung
already-
Fury, where we play
I already
Wrath and Glory. Warhammer 40k.
I told chat that I wasn't going to stop this.
Sorry. I just was like, yeah.
We needed to get it out. Now, moving back to where we were, with Taurani running down a flight of stairs with several soldiers possibly chasing him, but he simply doesn't know as he's running and running. There's Astara following closely behind Luthor. Luthor, who is being guided towards his private chambers to the far, far side of the palace itself. Literally, you will have to actually get on a vehicle to be driven there. But Astara, when are you gonna more or less uncloak?
No, I'm gonna stay invis.
All right. Both of you just make a quick awareness for me.
Sure.
You said awareness, sir?
Mm-hmm.
ED.
Thank you.
Can one of us
Yes.
assist each other, or you want us to be separate roles?
Separate, please.
Okay.
Wait, I forgot we have comms in.
Oh my gosh! I'm getting my roll drive back on. We got a 9.
Well, that's
and we got a
glory!
8.
Finally, a
What
glory.
is this?
Can you shift into glory 2 with an extra glory there? Or
Yes,
an 8?
they both can shift into glory.
I'll shift into glory.
So you guys can.
Oh, that
Yeah,
means
we
that's
finally
4
got that
glories. We have 4
glory.
glories. Or 3
Four
glories.
Glories.
Sorry.
3.
Heck,
Yeah, 3.
we needed this like bad.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
I think Tyler's probably gonna use most of them.
Probably. Yeah, as you both are led by this maitre d' towards what looks like a internal parking garage, where these small little individual vehicles that are clearly meant to just transport maybe 3-4 people at a time throughout the palace. You notice several of the palace guards checking over their weapons, actually loading. Just side-eyeing, you notice the safeties on their weapons are off at the moment, set to fully automatic.
I'll actually say something directly to them.
Okay.
I'll say, what happened?
Intruder. He's in the lower portions of the palace, sir. He's already killed several guards. The governor and governess have been made aware of the situation. Don't worry, sir. There's nothing to worry about. We'll flush him out and eliminate.
We're certain it's a he.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a description?
No, sir. They appear to be wearing combat gear.
Nobody has seen me. Anybody who's seen me has died.
So what you're
Except for the video
saying?
cameras.
So what you're saying is you allowed somebody to slip past the defenses, get into the castle, cause chaos, mayhem, and even kill a few of the guards, potentially an assassin, and we do not even at least have an identification of this person?
Identification at the moment is from Vox recorders. At the moment, sir. They are simply armored, wearing a mask, what appears to be a gas mask as well.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, sir. You are Luthor Dechan, the new commissar on duty.
As soon as we identify who this individual is, I want that information immediately.
Yes, sir. As of now, we have no name, motive, or insignia to identify who they belong to.
I understand that you failed thus far. Why don't we discontinue that? And I'll turn and I'll walk away.
Is it?
Yeah, this is just one
Is
of
it
the
just
random
this one soldier by himself and no one else?
No, there's a few guards around. It looks like they're just here being posted in basically a garrison at the moment to make sure that nobody gets by without notice now.
Okay.
So I'll turn and walk away, and then I'll look back and say, why aren't you checking on the governess herself? Go, her room.
Sir, this is my station. If I abandon it, then it is simply a misalignment of my duty.
Are you the only person in this room?
No, sir. However, as regulation does state, I am to remain at my post.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, you fool. Everyone else, go and check on her immediately.
Yes,
Jesus.
sir.
That's incredible.
11 intimidation? What the bananas?
Yeah, you can tell, like, he's clearly debating between literally his job and his duty.
And that's on him. It's like everybody else.
Yeah. Oh wait, you want everyone else to leave except for him?
Correct. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So you see the guards like shifting in this garage, and as soon as you basically point and say go, all except him leave the room and leave the garage.
I don't know if Tyler's still in here. I was trying to buy him some time. No. I was trying to buy him some time since this is on our tail. You know what I mean? So hopefully if he's heading this way and head them towards where I know he isn't, because I was just there. And
no, that was just her parlor.
Yeah. Well, you know, wherever she is, wherever I was, I know he is not. So that's where I'm sending them.
Okay.
When he's talking to the other guy, I'm going to appear behind the other guy.
What are you going to try and do to that?
Nothing. Just appearing behind him. Extra intimidation.
Extra intimidation.
Yeah, so he's now standing on duty alone. He begins to now patrol and loiter as he begins to walk, and he walks to the other side of the hallway, turns around, and you see him like audibly like shake as he begins to raise his weapon towards Astara. On the ground, hands up.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I was gonna say, weren't you invisible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's just
I
made
appeared
herself
behind
appear.
him.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, she's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Ma'am, hands up.
Allow her to show her identification. All right.
You see him like look side-eye towards you, his gun pointed towards her, finger on the trigger.
Puts her hand in her coat and pulls out her identification.
He pauses for a moment. He takes his finger from the trigger, still holding the gun up as he reaches out to take your pendant.
Oh, she doesn't hand it to him, but she lets him see it.
Yeah, he's not looking to like grab it from you, but just to like make sure it's real. May I have your name, please, ma'am?
Ostara,
Last name?
are you blind?
Yes. No, he doesn't actually say that. No, ma'am.
Then you should be able to read it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just looking for confirmation.
How does whether I say it or not come from it?
It's quite known for forgers to not memorize the names, ma'am.
He's sucking out his
She's just gonna walk past him and look to Luthor and say, "Should we continue on?"
I'm nod, like kind of turning and walking with her. Now we're being escorted by another
This
person.
guy's like,
so-
what's happening?
Yeah, this guy's like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm being escorted by another dude, right?
Yeah,
So
just
he's the
a
escort
maitre
of-
d', basically
Poor
a
lady.
wait staff almost.
Maitre d' is.
A butler.
I know the Aladdin song. I'll be your maitre d'. So whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me.
But yeah, they take you
Until
into
Scott has
this.
a kid.
This small, comfortable little vehicle that just kind of buzzes along as you guys leave, unless you're gonna torture anybody else. These
We
innocent.
didn't torture the guy.
Please do. Please torture them.
I just
Oh,
remember,
can we-
Maggie, you didn't know me before I was a dad. That's right. Oh, that's right. We've only known each other like 3 years.
Does the intimidation shift one more to glory?
If you wanted to, yeah.
Nice.
Yay for glory.
More glory.
Yeah, so as the person leading you towards your chambers is driving, are you guys going to do anything else?
I'm not going to have a conversation with her in front of this
You get
person.
my wrath back.
So I imagine it's a silent walk between here and our location that we're heading to.
Yeah. Now, the person who's guiding you themselves, they've been very silent this entire time, but you see their brow furrow as a star does appear, but they don't question it.
I imagine she doesn't magically appear in front of this person because she was obviously planning her position well.
Yeah,
but
behind the
maybe
person.
the fact that
But-
she's just now a part of the walk.
No, that's exactly why.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, anybody who's ever worked in a restaurant or the like, and somebody just randomly appears at the table you're serving or the like, it's like, where do you come from?
I just think bigger
I'm not
tip.
going to question it, but
Bigger
Yeah.
tip.
Yeah, so we get this wonderful view of both the Star and Luthor being driven on this little buggy inside this beautiful marble building, and then we get the juxtaposition of Taurani in this kind of grungy looking stairwell running down. You said that you were going to stop after a while. You've been running for a good while now.
Yeah, he's gonna stop and just kind of pause and listen with his he's got his guns in hand, but he's gonna holster one and pull out his chainsword, not turning it on necessarily, but having it.
Yeah. Yeah, roll awareness to see if you hear anything.
There, there's
Look,
another
our
glory.
Glory. Too bad you guys are full on glory.
Nice.
Oh, we still have one more we could get.
Nah, I refuse. You do hear boots ever so slightly sneaking down the stairs. It does sound like there's far more than before. And you hear boots coming up the stairs as well.
You said this staircase is grungy.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can do what I tried to do in the hallway before? Is it narrow?
Think of it like a high school staircase, basically. It's big enough for like 4 people abreast to go up or down.
Okay.
It's clearly meant to have multiple people going up and down at the same time.
All right, and there's
Instead of like a fire escape one.
okay, I have 1 wrath. Can I use it to find a little nook I can disappear into?
I'd say you can find like a small closet or something on one of the floors. But
Oh, there's floors? I thought I was running down. There were no doors.
that's what I'm saying is you can say that there is a door.
All right, then I'll use a wrath to say I have some sort of trap device that's non-explosive.
Okay. Like what type of trap?
A tripwire that shoots blades.
What?
A tripwire that shoots
A
blades.
trip wire that shoots blades.
I was wondering more along the a lethal trap. Okay.
Yeah.
That was amazing, Tyler. You were so convinced. That's one of those moments where you wish it was animated so you could like see, like the character be like, it's a tripwire that.
Yeah. You probably just have a small trap in your kit, which is something that you would stick to a wall that kind of, when it gets tripped, telescopes out into spikes. Across 5 feet.
Yeah, that's what I meant by shoots blades.
Yeah.
So pneumatic spike.
Totes.
Totes.
100.
So at that, Taurani is going to listen, and with my 6 and that glory roll, if I spend that glory, can I get more information, or do I need to use a glory for more information? Specifically, if there sounds like there are more people coming up or down the stairs.
Yeah, you can shift your one not red 6 into more information. In total, it sounds like there is at least 2 combat servitors. You can hear their boots are heavier than the others, and what sounds like armored personnel moving towards you.
Top bottom is what I meant, was more like descriptive, like how many top, how many bottom, like coming from above, coming from below.
You can tell that there are more coming from above in this case.
Cool. Then he's setting the trap to stop the people from above.
All right.
And he's gonna have his pistol and chainsword in opposite hands. Oh,
All right.
I can't use them both at the same time though, because that's not how dual wield works. It's either pistols or not.
No, but you do have a pistol, which means you can use it in melee.
Which means I can use a melee?
Yes, you can use pistols in melee combat,
You can
Okay.
you can hit somebody with the butt of the pistol.
or you can shoot them.
Okay, so if I had both my pistols, then I could melee by hitting him with pistols. Okay,
So-
then I have both my pistols out.
Yeah,
Are pistols
specifically.
short
with-
range or close range?
They're decent range.
So yeah, because a pistol specifically in the rules, it says you can quickly withdraw and relatively easy to wield in close quarters. A pistol can be fired while engaged in close combat using weapon skill.
Okay, so yeah, they can be within the 5 feet range then, because engaged close combat means that you can be the same.
That
But
makes
instead
sense.
of your ballistic,
I was actually doing
Or-
terminology, and you're like, they're decent. I was like, no, Tyler, that's not what I'm asking.
I didn't know what you were doing.
yeah. So instead of your ballistic skill in melee, you'll just use your weapon skill.
Because it
Okay.
works on like a circle basis around you, whether something's close,
Yeah.
engaged, close, etc.
Gotcha. All right. So the trap is for above, and he's making his way down towards whoever's approaching from below, slowly and ready to shoot him up.
Yeah, and as you're approaching, you hear them stopping. You can hear them talking it's clearly tactical communications as they're very quietly whispering to each other, talking on the radio with the people above them, telling you that their exact floors and locations. You can tell that both groups are close together. Are you still going down the stairs, I assume?
If they're close enough that I can hear, he's
They're
gonna
still
do.
a few floors below.
Okay, he's gonna slowly move until he can kind of sense they're pretty close, but out of sight. And what Taurani's gonna try and do is he's gonna try and sprint jump off the wall to get like behind them and hit them on the way past them.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
Yeah, so you essentially kickflip off the wall. Roll athletics for that one. Let's see if you...
I'm going to use a glory for this.
All right. For what?
Adding the bonus die.
All right.
For that
That's what I had
bonus
to
check. All right. Ha!
You fall
Darn
flat on
it!
your face.
Why complication?
Because life is a complication. Yeah, so you do this amazing kickflip off the wall and land perfectly in the middle of this group, right in front of one of the combat servitors.
Hi, big guy. I was here the whole time.
Exact noise he makes. Yeah, so combat begin. You go first.
I'm right. How many are around me if I jump through them?
You jumped through them. Directly in front of you is a single combat servitor. Behind him are two armored guards with two more behind you.
What are you doing, dude?
You jumped directly into the middle of
I
them.
do not know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing either.
That was the plan all along.
I'm just trying to get out of here alive at this point. Yeah.
It's your turn.
I'm trying to think of what to do here. They're interaction attacks, right?
Yes, there are interaction attacks. So, do you specifically have a picture for what interaction attacks do?
I do not.
Kite
So
them
you can-
into your tripwire that
He said it on the
shoots-
floors above him.
Yeah, I know. Kite them.
Oh yeah.
Just remember that there's another group coming from above as well.
Oh yeah.
So an interaction attack, you can hinder your enemy, which gives them a -1 to their tests, or you can make them vulnerable, which will give them a -1 defense. So I don't picture that will help you here. It will... interaction attacks are more useful to help your allies, basically.
All right. So, what if there's no way I'm gonna get past them?
Yeah,
You can
not
try.
with that kind of mentality.
I'm trying to think of how to get past them.
Listen, this is
we're on
what
the
you do.
stairs,
You say, "Fuck you, Frank. I always win," and
This
you press
is
the
when
button.
you bust out that
So-
chainsword and you start chainswording some
Yeah.
bitches. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, remember, you can make a multi-attack, which is you make more than one action during a turn. It's +2 difficulty for each additional action.
But how close am I? Because the combat servitor is the issue. Do I still get my movement so I can move away from them?
Your movement was the jumpiness.
Yeah.
Multi-attack is still an option here, where you attack more than one target, where it just becomes +2 difficulty for each additional target.
My question is, how close am I to
You're
the servitor?
directly in the middle of them. This is basically a stairwell. You're in melee range, more or less.
All right, so all of my attacks will be weapon skill as opposed to, which is not as good for me.
You can attempt to disengage.
That's what I was thinking, was to disengage, but I can't move. Right?
So disengage is half your movement.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you this. If you are looking to run by them with no combat, you can take a multi-action. First action, disengage. Second action, movement.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking to do, because I put myself in a bad position.
Or you can charge, which gives you +1 die.
Wait a second. Can we take a moment in the meta to appreciate the fact that Tyler realizes that he put his character in a bad position? Because this is growth. This is growth for Tyler. Tyler, good job, buddy.
To
I
be
give you a
fair, Tyler,
gold star.
your first action before having a plan was to kickflip into the middle of the group specifically.
I was trying to jump past them.
Yeah, the combat servitor itself is like 7 feet tall.
Oh, I thought they were above me, so oops.
The other option
Oh,
is
there's
you
a
could
group
go
above
full
you.
defense, which is sacrificing your initiative roll. And you can turn that into defense. You can add it.
But it sacrifices his whole turn.
And your speed is reduced, but
And there's no way I could just put my pistols away and
it
pull out
adds to your defense
right?
though, so he'll likely not hit you because you already have a high defense.
my defense is 3.
Yeah, he wants a higher resilience here.
Oh yeah.
So you
Well,
can
no.
attempt to fight them.
If his
There's
defense is higher, then you have to hit him with a higher target
Roll.
number.
yeah, with a higher roll. But there are 4 troopers here.
You said 3.
There's 2 behind.
He said there's
the
2,
servitor,
and then there's 2,
in
and then there's
front,
a server.
2 behind you, and then
Servitor.
the single combat servitor.
Oh.
Now, there are only 5 enemies in total. One of them's a massive combat cyborg.
No way I can just quickly hack that magically, right?
No.
You're
Alright.
not gonna hack it. It's like a tech roll.
Um,
Unless you're
Well,
tech
my,
priest.
my question right now is switching from my pistols to my chainsword, but that ruins my multi-attack option.
yes. Now, you can drop your sword and pick up and draw your other gun. However, this is still in melee range.
Oh, I already
Close
have
quarter
both.
combat.
I can easily just draw my other gun because I already
Yeah.
had the one in hand. So would I just roll my weapon skill to attack then?
Yes.
And my other option is to disengage and try and run past them.
Mhm.
What would I roll for that?
Oh, there's no rolls to it. It's just half your movement speed.
The question is if I retreat, I can get behind a corner, right? Because I jumped out from them not being able to see me.
Yeah, you jumped basically. They were moving up towards you. So at the moment, you kind of did your wall run into the middle of the group. And now, with the 2 behind you, still guns pointed upwards, we're kind of in like freeze frame tactical mode in your brain. There's the 2 behind you, their guns pointed away from you. And the 3,
Yeah.
with the middle one being the servitor, facing you.
I'm going to try and disengage and run past them.
All right.
If there's a corner I can tuck
Yeah.
around.
Roll athletics.
I'm going to use a glory again.
I see nothing wrong with that.
God damn it.
So I'm going to use the combat servitor. He's going to try and actually nab you.
See, but if you add that to your defense, you would have had a 5 or 6.
That's true.
If I would have added what to my I didn't know it would increase that much.
Well, it depends on what you roll.
So let's see.
I would have rolled an athletics for
No,
establishing
not
how much
athletics. You
defense
would
I
roll
get.
initiative.
Nope. He does not grab you. So yeah, we see this combat servitor. His metal chest plates kind of just decorated with wires and other things reach his giant clamping arm out towards you, and you just duck under it super easily as this slow lumbering creature misses you as you run by it. The 2 other
Sweet.
soldiers not able to react in time. What do you do now? If you're taking a multi-action, you can use a movement.
Oh, I would continue running as far away as I can.
Yeah.
Run
So
away,
just
run
off in the distance, we hear not only screaming of alarm, but screaming of pain as the original trap that you set goes off, hitting a couple of the other soldiers several floors above you. As now all the soldiers react, shooting at you as you're running by, escaping down the stairs even further than before.
Sweet.
They are going to give chase. Unfortunately, the combat servitors are big and they do block the stairs, so only the two are going to be able to possibly reach you if they run after you.
All right.
And as they run after you, firing their las guns, we see Taurani, these red laser beams hitting to either side of you. They are going to make a attack against you.
Do I get some sort of cover because I ran away?
No,
Didn't think so.
but it's only 2 instead of all of them. Oops.
Do I get cover as I run away? You know,
I
that's a
thought
question.
I had ducked around a corner.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the-
running after you.
Tom, I don't mean anything. Listen, one of my favorite things about you is you're always willing to ask, and very often it plays well in your favor. Right?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I don't think most people would ask that.
No, Tyler asks for advantage more than anybody else I know, and again, because of it, he gets advantage more often than pretty much any other PCs. So
That's a ruin and a critical.
That's because I'm a DM.
Oh,
9 damage in total.
that's a shock for me because my resilience is a 9.
Yeah. So
Three
you get,
three matched my defense, by the way, which is a hit, right?
yeah, attacker wins on that
So
one.
I get a shock again, right?
No, not for that one, just for the damage.
Someone
Yeah,
said
for the-
they're like,
for the
I like
damage.
to imagine Gildo's in the vent watching, eating popcorn.
That's literally, I'm like, this is my hope right now. Is Gildo is somewhere hidden somewhere that's gonna save my butt in the next session.
all you have to do is delay as much as you can for the next 40 minutes or so, and exactly that could happen. So
No,
should
I
we go
just-
back to talking about Tifling?
Yeah. I just like the picture of Gildo just like, he's found like a fireman pole in the vent and he's just slowly going down the stairs parallel, just like
Yeah,
looking
Like-
like each floor.
yeah.
Like
he's just like,
1960s
all right,
Batman.
gotta keep going.
Good job, Taurani. Keep up. Oh, you're supposed to fight them.
Hey, he set a trap. He probably killed more of them with that trap.
Yeah, you killed 2 of them with it.
Except
Fine.
for, we're not fighting these guys.
Hey, I've killed 10 so far. I'm doing
I
good.
know,
Listen,
but we're not in war with them right now.
these are my employees,
You're
okay?
just
These are my
killing his
employees.
Yeah.
Well, come save my butt, dang it.
I don't know that you're in trouble.
They literally described you to me, or me to you.
Yeah, and so I said, all right, you guys go that way. Maybe that helped them. Instead of like sent them down the same like, hey, there he is. I'm so glad that commissar told us to come this way. That makes you look like a good guy. Awesome.
It literally was he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and his thought was like, well, crap, I'm either going to die or something bad's going to happen.
I think that applies in both situations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think if you die, that's something bad too.
I mean,
He's
I
a
mean, in
pro.
Tarane's mind, he's like, well, if I die, at least I die. If I get captured, I feel like that's worse in his mind.
It kind of would be. Yeah, so these guys, you get hit by 2 of these blast bolts in the back and you're knocked forward. You stumble on the stairs, but you keep running. What do you do?
Well, am I on a different floor now?
Yeah.
I want to get out on that floor and
All
prepare an action with both my pistols facing the door,
Okay.
ready to shoot the instant they walk in.
Yeah, so you finally make it to...
But we are headed that direction, right?
No.
Where are we
He's
heading?
he's gone
I'm deep
down.
under
He's,
the
he's
palace.
Where are
like-
we going?
You are going to your rooms.
Oh,
Well, specifically, Luthor's
loser's room.
quarters, which is basically just going to be a very large McMansion. But Taurani is running into the belly of the palace at the moment. So,
That's
Taurani, you
definitely-
burst into this new room, and you're greeted with this pungent smell as you enter the darkness. Your praise and goggles kick in, and it's misty and foggy in here.
Great. He can cover. He can hide.
Misty foggy must be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, the air
To be
itself
fair, though, he can see through mist, and he doesn't have to worry about
Yeah.
parasitics through the breathing or whatever.
Exactly. So it's totally fine. Yeah, it's almost like this place was made to specifically resemble a off-world forest. One that's clearly not native to this planet.
That's interesting. Well, like I said, Taurani would seek cover where he can see the door and just prepare to shoot at the door.
Yeah, you're able to. There's several actual trees around, tall grass and the like. A dim light, which, if you look up, is a fake moon or sun on the roof, just slowly rotating. And we go to Luthor and
Cool.
Astara as you guys arrive at your illustrious.
Welcome to my chambers.
Yeah, so you do have to go outside. The little zip car kind of drives around. The person driving you every now and then offers a little bit of tour advice, giving you names of people on statues and the like, and what they did, what number governor they were. Caliante, the 278th, was a good governor. And finally, you reach this relatively modest compared to the rest of the palace building. It's made of dark stone, several archways and towers throughout, and yet clearly has maybe 100 rooms in it. And they greet you. Lord Commissar, this will be your station and quarters for your duration on planet.
How big is it?
Think of a miniature mansion.
Remember?
Yeah.
Ow, you cat! Ow! Don't use me as a climbing post. Ow! It must have seen Maggie's cat and was like, "Oh, I'll fuck this guy up." Why is that on the screen?
Yeah, so the maitre d' actually starts giving you details. Your staff is 213 people, including cooks, cleaners, weaponsmiths, armor smiths, and the like. You have your own range master for when you wish to practice. Your ballroom can fit a modest 300 people. There are several courts outside for any sports that you wish to play, as well as a modest 10-foot deep pool.
Sounds great. We're gonna play lots of American football. Torrin Ray can be captain of the Patriots.
If he survives.
It's a good point. He's probably a Dolphin. Well, he is a Bengals fan.
He's
probably gonna
flopping
lose.
right now, so.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I was a 49ers fan before I was a Bengals fan.
Oh, bandwagon.
No, because Steve Young and Jerry Rice are two of my favorite players. All
Dude, back when when NFL, the fucking Sega Genesis game I used to play all the time, whatever it was called, that was my favorite team to play because I loved their logo, and I was a kid and I didn't know better.
Nerds.
So I used to always play Jerry Rice and what's his face there?
Steve Young.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Yeah, that's right. Steve Young, obviously quarterbacking. So that was amazing. I loved it so much back then. But what was the name of the game, Tyler? It's like NFL.
Madden.
No.
If it was on
Unsung
Sega,
Fury.
it
Yeah.
probably was Madden. Because
Yeah,
you're
maybe-
talking like Madden, like 95,
Yeah, maybe.
There's so
I
many
don't think it
Maddens
was. Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, that an NBA Jam
Madden.
where you could type
I ain't even
ARK
mad about
and
it.
play as Bill Clinton. That was awesome.
Man. How many Madden games are? It's really maddening.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight, people. Oh.
Yeah, but so your maitre d' basically, to jump back into the game, gives you a quick rundown of your staff and what you can expect here.
Mhm.
And then asks if there's anything they could get you specifically.
Actually, I'm not going to request anything. My response to that would be, how well have they all been vetted?
They are of the best quality, specifically chosen by the master of house here.
What is the responsibility? What is the responsibility of the master of house?
The master of house is to build security clearance for all personnel, as well to ensure that they are at a satisfactory level of pleasurableness to yourself and the masters of the house.
So it's about hospitality and one's well-being while they're staying or living here.
That is correct.
And this person was selected for the position by?
By the father of the two Lord Governors. He has been on service for approximately 237 years.
When they give that response, I'll actually nod and say, a more personal question about them then. What is their position with the ongoing civil war?
They, so I'm uncomfortable asking and answering this question. It is simply not my place.
You know what? I'll appreciate that response. I'll say, nothing else is needed. Please leave.
Yes, my lord.
I think Ostara says something.
No, what does the star say?
She just says, "Is it not your place to serve your commissar?"
It is my place to serve my lord and lady governor. If that includes serving the commissar, then so be it. However, questions sensitive as this is simply not my place to say.
So the question is sensitive. Good to know.
Is there anything else I could help you with?
She doesn't say.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Scott.
No, it's fine. I was just reading my my what are they called objectives, because actually one of them was, because I was like, I'm pretty sure something has to do with rank and structure. It is get to openly annoyed with people that do not seem to understand rank and structure of the Imperium. So I was like, no. That's I appreciated their response. So
Yeah, I would actually say with the guard before you would get that. So you can have a wrath for that, because you are a commissar. They are technically meant to obey you.
Everybody's meant to obey me.
More or less. You technically have that authority?
That's right, Tyler.
Technically.
Come.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa. We are not that kind of show.
Banned from Twitch.
Ew. I meant like I said to my dog, like, come. You know,
that'd be really nice to be able to do on command, though. It'd be pretty sweet time.
Wait.
Did you ever
You guys
see the
can?
Trey Parker or Matt Stone movie Orgasmo?
No.
Oh my god,
I
let's
don't
stop.
want to.
It's a great movie.
Moving on.
It's a comedy.
Yeah, so you're greeted into this small, modest mansion of a house by your own personal, host. And what do you guys do from there? What are you looking
I guess
to
once
do?
everyone's gone, I'll look around to see if there's any cameras or anything in this room.
All right. Awareness or investigate. Whichever one you prefer for that one.
All right. You know, it's been going so great for me lately. Just, keep it going.
You have been in these situations before where you have been maybe not a planetary palace as such, but there are definitely bugs and the like throughout the entire house. The Lord Governors and people in power would
If
love
I
to
talk
keep
through
tabs on
Vox comms, people can still hear me, right?
possibly. It depends on whether you have encryption. You know that your Vox specifically is not encrypted unless you speak in code. Now, you do know a couple different types of cants. Whether Luthor or Tyler might, or Taurani might know that. You have no idea.
Different cants.
Different types of languages that people make. It's specifically incredibly popular with the Inquisition, where each inquisitorial team has their own language.
So for like it's like jargon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
It's like
Gildo.
thieves'
Gildo,
in D&D.
pretty much.
Okay.
Actually, I'll start. The only person you think would know one of the languages would be Gildo.
Yeah, I was thinking Gilda. Yeah, so I guess I just say over my comms. Where are you? It's to Tyler. And Gildo. They're Taurani and Gildo.
In the cant or
No,
normal?
just she just says where are you?
Taurani, you do actually receive the message. You're able to hear it, but it's very static, very hard to hear. But it faintly sounds like Astara.
Tron is just gonna be like, Ostara, I'm in some sort of forest under the palace. There's people after me. I found a door, secret door. I don't know.
I immediately turn to Luther and look at him.
I shrug and say, this conversation might not be best had here. How long? We sent out the Mater deal a little while ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Were we
But
given
you
a
still have a
means
staff of
to
213 people inside.
So there's people inside. Okay.
Yeah.
I look to her and say, perhaps we should get directions to this location and investigate further.
Don't you run this place?
I do, but also we have a murderer sneaking about the palace. We can't exactly make our association with them so open and obvious so early on. Perhaps you should look into this, and I'll stay here and provide whatever support I can should things come up the channel to me.
Pretty well.
Besides, it's not like you're without authority yourself, are you?
No. It does not mean they will be willing to take it.
I just
nod.
imagine Taurani forgot to turn his comms on. And he's like, going down under the ground. People are chasing me. Time to shoot them up. I'm ready. Come through the door. Come through the door. Just do it.
Click.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like when your baby's crying too much, you just turn off the monitor.
No, you just shake it.
The monitor, right?
No, the baby. It'll stop crying after a while.
And
right?
you thought euthanizing cats and dogs was bad, Tyler?
Oh my gosh, stop it. All of them.
One's legal.
Listen, Wade already makes a whole bunch of shake the baby jokes because he was a shaken baby, so it's all good.
So anyways, the with the
I think Osiris
I'm
is-
actually gonna look to her.
Yeah, I
Please.
think she says, who would you like me to talk to?
Whoever you think we get the information from. I'm going to remove myself from the situation right now in case things go south for the two of you. It's best to have some degree of plausible deniability. However, it did seem like she knew.
You mean the three of us?
Yeah. That was a out of game mistake because we're missing a PC.
Do you think that it's wise for me to go with them then? Perhaps I should stay here with you.
I'm going to think for a couple moments. I'm going to say, well, they do need some degree of aid, unless we're going to leave it to them to save each other.
I don't know them well.
Think for a couple more moments. True enough. Turn around and look at the luxuries and all the other wonderful stuff that's right there set before us. That is so much easier to deal with if we just, cut ties. Then I look back to her and say, they are incredibly loyal, incredibly effective. And we do have a similar task.
What's this
We
then?
don't know who here we can trust, but we all know the identified enemy.
Perhaps you can figure out this. He hands you a piece of paper.
I read said piece of paper. It says me, you, date. Yes, no box.
I feel like I would ship Luthor and Astara, but they're both just like, they're so robotic. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're scary. I don't know. They would be power couple though.
Hey, we already know Taurani and Gildo are the power couple. Tornado.
Tornado is awesome.
Tornado.
I love Tornado, yeah.
Yeah, so Luthor, you take the paper and you look at it, and it's clearly not high Gothic or low Gothic. You can guess it's a cipher of some sort.
Is there a way for me to decipher said cipher?
You'd have to roll a definite test for it. It would be highly difficult because you don't know the exact, the cipher key, basically. You can try Scholar or Investigation for it.
Scholar is a 6. Investigation is a 7. We're going to go with Investigation. I'm going to spend a glory to give me what? +1 on the roll. So that's giving me what? It's a bonus die plus
I'll
1.
assist you.
Maggie will assist me. So I think she rolls first, correct? And then I'm also going to burn a Wrath to reroll if I fail. So
Yes.
Maggie, would you like to roll the assist first?
Yeah, sure.
God, she
Oh
should have
my
rolled.
god.
That was
Jeez, now
amazing.
I roll well.
Of course.
That's a glory. We got a glory back.
You guys got a glory back from that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with the assist.
What does that provide to me?
I
You got an
don't
assist.
believe- Yep.
What was that? I'm sorry.
You got
What
an
does that
assist,
mean?
you get extra dice.
So how many extra dice do I get? My apologies.
1.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. So I get a total of 2 extra because 1 from my glory, 1 from you. And I'm going to use Wrath, so if I fail, I reroll. Thank you so much. I'm rolling with a 9 now. Rolling now.
It's a lot.
Maggie rolled so much better than me. Do I
You got
reroll,
the-
Frank?
Yes.
9, yes.
Not bad. You still don't have the cipher key, so this is still nigh impossible to fully decipher.
That's fine.
You're able to tell that it is from Otro to Anita. It is... You would actually guess something to do with the wine that you drank. Specifically, you're able to make out the word sacri and fine. You're not able to tell much else from it, however. Once again, you don't have a key to it. But
Wade's in
Dude,
chat.
Wade's like freaking Goose. What's his name? The guy when you say his name 3 times?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, there we go.
Yeah, mention Wade like
We
once else.
mentioned you. We mentioned you, Wade, and now you showed up. What
and now-
happened?
I mentioned him before the stream about seeing if he could guest appear.
That's true, you
too.
did.
he could have.
I felt summoned.
Yes. Sounds about right. You're not able to make out many of the other words, but you notice a small symbol on the
Oh yeah, I pointed that out to you.
yeah
Little symbol.
on the top right. And I'm just going to post it in the cast chat
Okay.
because you rub your finger on it and slowly heat it up. And it slowly becomes more and more visible the more you heat it.
Okay.
Until we see this symbol. two-headed
Space Viking.
wolf, it almost looks like, in a triangle shape with, well, appears to be tendrils coming off the bottom. 4 tendrils specifically.
Oh no.
Both of you roll corruption.
For looking at an image?
Yep.
That's weird.
He just
Nope.
wants us to get corrupted.
I see a picture and I get corrupted. Is this like porn?
Wait, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you roll conviction? Is that the
Conviction,
roll you
yeah.
do? Yeah.
It's conviction. I just said it wrong.
Hey, Mag,
Well, I just
I'm
didn't
spending
know.
a glory to get a bonus die. Maggie, you?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm going to spend a wrath, so if I fail, I re-roll.
Me too.
Yeah. Maggie, would you like to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first. My rolls
Thank you.
can be bad.
Thank you, Maggie. My 3's terrible. I'm going to re-roll.
okay. You
My
pass.
oh, yay.
All right, let's see if I pass.
Wait, did the 3 pass or did the 4?
The 4.
Okay. Yeah! Maggie, air 5.
Oh, man.
What kind of shitty rolls were those? Those were
Those
like,
were some
oh, we
shitty
failed.
rolls,
but
though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
To be
great.
clear,
I
because
only have
it
one
goes
glory.
quickly. Because it goes quickly in Twitch, I rolled a 3, rolled to a 4. Maggie rolled a 3, rolled to a 4. Just
Yeah.
saying.
They can see it on the.
Roll 20, shipping it too. Just saying.
Specifically, by the way, it is actually a thing. If you see something from one of the ruinous powers, it can corrupt you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My bonus
Would either
dice.
of you recognize what this is?
Ow, cat. I have no idea. Do I roll a scholar? Like, what do I do to figure
You
it
would
out?
roll
I'm
a
sorry.
scholar. Maggie, you
It's
can
like
either
mastery?
mastery for that, I think.
Maggie, you can roll
Because it's
first if you
something
want.
You would have to know.
8.
Whoa!
I roll complicated too, so
So,
first failure.
Luther,
I think you have to roll for corruption again.
you don't know what
You
this... Nope.
shut your mouth.
I agree, though, because
I'm trying to save you.
you don't know what this is, and you're thinking about it. You look at it, and you're thinking more and more on it. Make another conviction.
I'm sorry, I can't. What was that?
Conviction difficulty 4.
I think my internet's cutting out. What was that, Frank?
5 now.
Frank, I can't hear. No, I'm just
Ooh,
kidding.
difficulty 6.
All right, I'm spending the last glory, spending one more wrath.
No,
'cause-
I need that glory!
Sorry, man.
Oh, you better make this.
Nope.
Oh no!
Oh my god, that double.
Oh, 5!
Never mind. It
Wrath
does
did you
nothing.
have?
He had
You were out of
3.
wrath.
He had gotten
He had
3.
3. Yeah, he
Damn,
had
I
3.
I had 3. I just used the last one right now.
I was like, you
So
better
close.
succeed because that would have doubled the amount of.
Now
corruption
we
you
have
received.
no wrath.
Yeah.
no glory.
And we have no glory.
We are no
Yeah,
longer
right, we
wrath
have
and
no
glory. We are just us.
There's a lot of glory going around right now, believe you me.
Astara, you can tell that. Well, this is definitely a symbol of one of the chaos gods.
I figured it was.
Specifically, Korn,
Corn.
the blood god, the god of war.
That makes sense. He was drinking some kind of blood.
Well, no, it was wine.
Yeah.
No, it was blood.
No, it was blood wine. Come on, guys. Yeah, you right off the bat know this. You've seen the symbol before in your training specifically on how to better resist it.
Okay.
Yet you see Luthor struggling to figure out what this is.
You just hear Ostara say lightly underneath her breath. Corn. He's like,
Maggie,
Mhm.
shame on you. That's literally one of the things that makes you roll a conviction is saying their names.
oh, then she would know that to not say the
Yes.
name. Okay.
Yeah, you would know.
Okay, then
even
she would
othering her
say.
name.
Then she would say, "I rolled an 8." I would know that. Then I
Yeah,
shouldn't say that.
that's what I'm saying. Is you flat out would know not to say their name.
Then she would not say that. She would say, "I know this symbol. It's only heresy." Whatever they are doing, it is not good.
All I know is that I feel Perhaps this is something that we needed to know, but I don't think we were ready for it. Seeming a bit shaken from just even experiencing what it was that he read, feeling like, his very
She takes
core
the
was
paper
rattled.
and she folded back in her pocket.
I'm actually gonna look to her appreciatively when she does that. Like she actually just did me like a great favor, like holding a door, because that's it. That's such a huge thing. And I'm gonna say, again, I say this place. The two of them, they're loyal, they're trustworthy, and we have a similar cause. We don't know them well, but I think it'd be better that we have them than we chance not. I'm coming with you. Let's get them.
And then we need to clean this place up.
Hold on.
We plan to stay here for 237 years.
Let's see how long it actually happens to be.
I think you get a smirk out of a star. Probably the first smile that you've ever seen, other than her creepy smile. No, it's probably still creepy, let's be real.
Anytime Maggie says the phrase creepy smile, I think of a particular very young, very creepy vampire.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Moving on.
Don't you want to come and play?
No.
No, God,
Stop
no.
it.
Please
No.
don't. No. Stop, Scott. Stop,
Tyler's like,
Scott,
what's
stop.
happening? I used to play like a little 8-year-old vampire.
God, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's creepy.
It was terrifying.
All right, so what do we? So obviously clean this place up. But we don't need to do it before we leave at the moment. We need to go and head to them. So I think the next thing we're going to do, and I don't know if you need us to roll for this, but I'm going to try to inquire as to where it is based off the words that what's his name, the description or whatever that Tyler had given us, where it is that they were. But I'm going to try to be discreet in my asking, as to not like raise eyebrows on the fact that I asked in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying, Frank?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so
going to be like,
so
hey,
A-
where the hell is this firefight happening?
Yeah. So A and B, I'm making sure that our communications are like, I'll suggest it to a star, but she probably is already ahead of me, are turned off while we're interacting with other people or walking through the halls or whatever. So like, or at least very low. So it's not like, yeah, we're totally just trying to grab a pizza. No, seriously, guys, come help us now. That's our hungry friend. Like.
Yeah, I think our strategy here is actually, and we could even be like, we want to help. Like, we could be of service.
Yeah.
We're combat trained.
Specifically for Luthor, you've already more or less set that reputation through the guards here, just from your actions that you did today with them. So they probably wouldn't question it if you were like that.
Okay.
Pretty much it. They won't question it if you ask about it.
Okay. So I mean, we'll just again inquire. I don't know if I need to make a roll or if we just get the info and go.
No, I just want to know if that's what you were doing.
Yeah. We just try to get the info so we can head to them. Yeah.
Yeah, they would actually tell you that there's no need to worry. They have him cornered in one of the Xeno zoo cages. He probably won't survive.
Really?
The slash lizard will get him.
The what?
The slash lizard. It's a beast that has been captured that's used in the fighting pits. He entered its den.
Oh, great! That's what I have to worry about. Oh, good to know. Good to know.
We get this wonderful.
Like, a what?
Great. You know, I was curious about the fighting pits. Maybe I'll take out the fighting pit
Dude,
monster, dude.
Tyler, aim it and make it your mount.
I'm actually gonna ask him. Like, I'm gonna chuckle, like a little chuckle. Obviously it's fake, but whatever. I'm gonna chuckle a little chuckle and say, "Well, that's rather entertaining, for one to walk themselves into their own demise. Tell me of this creature. I've never seen it in action. What is it capable of?"
He tells you it's an off-world creature that was imported a few years ago. It has 6 limbs, the front 2 limbs have massive claws on it. Its tongue is actually razor sharp. It matches its maw of just razor sharp, finger long teeth. Its tail is meant to specifically work as a whip.
Has anybody almost defeated it?
Never.
Nobody's ever come close.
Never any close.
How many times has it engaged with others?
A few dozen.
What methods have those peoples employed?
Oh, auto guns, spears, swords,
Explosives, or are they not allowed?
and unsportsmanlike.
It would be unsportsmanlike indeed, wouldn't it? Are there any known weaknesses to this kind of a creature?
Maybe if you get something in its mouth, but it's more likely to use its claws than try to bite.
I nod and say, interesting indeed. This den, these battles don't typically take place there then. This is something where it wouldn't usually be fighting.
Oh no, the den is usually where people are sent to go. This
That's even
creature
more
is too
amusing.
dangerous to be let out into the arena actual. It's why the roof itself is high up, but there is a viewing station where a few dozen people would be able to view it.
So it's a predator. How does it hunt?
It stalks its prey. It's incredibly fast, though, but able to blend in fairly well with its environment. It knows to mask its heat source. It rolls around in mud.
And how does it find its prey? Keen sense of smell, hearing, sight, all of the above.
Its sight isn't too good. However, its sense of smell is quite good. It's able to detect anybody from a long distance.
The fact that it knows to mask its heats leads me to believe that it can see heat as well.
Oh, he wouldn't know anything about that.
Is it known to be sapient?
No, that would be against Imperial Code to allow a sapient creature as such.
What's
I
a
look to a-
sapient creature?
Like a human like
It's
intelligence.
intelligent,
Oh.
Well,
Like it has,
or orc like intelligence, you know.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it has some type of sentience.
Yeah. I look to Astara in case she has any questions or anything as well.
No.
Okay. I then instead, when she doesn't fill in the gap, I actually say to her, "This seems entertaining indeed. Perhaps we should go and investigate."
Oh, yes, actually, many
You mentioned that it was a viewing station.
many of the minor nobles there are actually going there now. They've already begun taking bets on whether
I
this
give Luthor a
intruder will
look.
survive.
I imagine there's only one way to bet. So is it more a matter of how long they'll survive, or is there actually an option to bet for its actual demise? Is it actually like 7 times?
If it died, that would be impressive. You would easily win the house.
I look back at the house we just left, or are still standing in, or whatever, and say, "Well, this place does need a few improvements."
Oh, I'm actually excited now to fight this creature, but also terrified.
The longest survival has been about 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
7
And that
minutes
was-
in heaven it is.
That was mostly someone hiding, trying to flee it as it charged.
They must play Fortnite.
Don't get that reference.
Don't you know that Fortnite is so old now? Like, it's not what the kids play anymore.
Yeah, guys, it's
Then why is it all in Target?
I'm just kidding.
Target's slow.
Target also has Ninja. Yeah, that's his name, Ninja.
Oh, yeah,
also has like Ninja blue hair costume you can literally buy in the same aisle as like Minecraft and
So
Fortnite
weird.
toys. Yeah, I was like, wait, whoa, That's crazy. I was like, that's a little nutty. I wonder how many parents have no clue what that is. Anyway. Moving on.
Yeah, he's actually fully willing to take you down there, as you are his more or less lord at the moment, and he is your underling.
Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave. I mean, there's really no way for us to check to see if we're being actively spied, bugged, or anything, but we don't need any form of escort or whatever beyond basic directions that someone gives us. And I imagine, Maggie, you're probably better at quick words than I am. You fill in Toblerone on whatever details that we just procured. And Frank, is there a way for us to do any form of any form of Google search for more information on said creature, like Rancor, armor class? Question mark.
No, even if you did search it up, it would be like a super basic thing of this creature is from this subsector on this planet. It is a nocturnal creature and apex predator on its world.
So we don't get like a How to Train Your Dragon, like speed class 3,
No,
dangerous
seven.
class 7.
Yeah, I mean, we had our comms on lightly, so Taurani and Gildo heard what the guy said. And that was what I was assuming was Luthor was asking him all these things so that they could
That's
know
what I was assuming is you
what
guys
they were fighting, yeah.
I hope somebody wrote that down because I didn't.
Yeah, so we get this wonderful scene of Taurani hiding in this tree. But it's in this wonderful heat sense vision that's kind of like unfocused and focusing in.
He heard the creature. It just made a sound.
That's
The cat totally was just purring into the microphone.
That was a perfect timing. And yeah, we go to credits there.
Nice. And we'll see if Gildo jumps out of the vent and saves Taurani.
I got these Taurani. My knife is bigger than its teeth.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of these things I felt like 7 of these.
Hold his mouth open. I'll shoot it. I'll get it from the inside.
Oh, he comes out of it from the inside. Oh,
Did we get the rhino scene from
he's already
Pet
killed
Detective?
the creature, and he's wearing the
comes out with
creature as a
blood.
disguise.
I'm controlling.
That is his that was his stealth check. He's like, purr, guys, purr.
Yeah, no. I like the whole Pet Detective. He is the creature. He comes out of its butt.
Oh my gosh.
It got hot in here. The fan broke.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Thank you all for joining us for Unsung Fury episode 10. I don't know what Frank's naming this one. You don't know yet?
Belly of the Beast.
That's a good one.
What'd you call it?
Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the Beast. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh.
If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give us a little followerino here on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, smack the bell, choose the option that's most applicable to you, and hopefully you get a message whenever we go live. Or whenever a video goes up, I guess I should say. And of course, we'll go around and have everybody say where you can find them at. But if you want a super duper support, you can subscribe here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MargaretCrone, or you can donate to twitch.tv/MargaretCrone. Help support the show. It helps pay for all of the cast. Otherwise, it comes out of my pocket arena. And thank you guys for joining me for my birthday. It was fun.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Guys,
So,
for everyone else that
wait,
didn't know,
wait.
it's Maggie's birthday.
Yeah.
We gotta sing again.
Wait.
Happy birthday.
Hold on. I was gonna say we should let Gildo, played by Eric Vulgaris, talk first.
Oh yeah. Moment of
All right,
silence.
now we're
Gildo,
ready.
what was your favorite moment?
Yeah, what was your favorite moment, Gildo?
That
was when I grabbed him and pulled him into the vent and vanished.
We'll actually go backwards for today. We'll go with Frank first. Tell us, where can people find you at, and what was your favorite moment for today?
Well, as you all know, I'm Control Alt Frank. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord at Control Alt Frank. I will eventually someday stream again. I do want to actually do some character building for Wrath and Glory on stream, just so people get to, well, actually see how I make my characters. And all
How
my
quickly I killed them.
Yes, it's true. Hey, characters are disposable. I don't care.
Hey, Frank, people are trying to make me do another Mass Effect game, so we could always use another Krogan, man.
You know,
You can always use another. You make the best Krogan.
So much. He was amazing.
You make Frank. I don't think I've met a single person online yet that play a better Krogan.
I know, because I am a Krogan.
Look at the quad on this one.
Exactly. I will eventually pick up a computer from somebody who's been telling me to pick it up for several months now, because my laptop is sadly breaking. But until then, join us on Discord most Sundays. We do a Arma 3 Warhammer 40k game. Right now, having a great time with that. We just landed on an island. They're pushing a heretic force back at the moment. Or are they? And that's all I have. My favorite moment, probably all the shenanigans Taurani is getting into. Just because I wasn't really expecting it. I wasn't expecting him to go rogue.
Me neither.
He's more or less just killing people.
Yeah, why are you murdering people?
Just randomly murdering innocent people.
Speaking of, we'll go to Taurani, aka Apocalypto. Why are you killing people?
It was kill or be killed. I went and explored
guards
a secret
for this
room.
palace that you're intruding.
I went into a secret room and I ran into a beast. I killed the beast that was gonna kill me, and so I was like, oh crap, I made a loud noise, a bunch of people came after me, and then I hid, and then I wanted to go back thinking they would have left the room that I killed the thing in, but no, they were all just waiting there, and then I was like, well, they're shooting at me, I'm shooting back.
It's so funny because like Maggie's character suggested is totally like, it makes perfect sense for our characters just to be like, and just let them like, oh, if they survive, awesome. If they die, they don't. But the fact that this place is so twisted and evil is like, no, we should put our necks on the line for ourselves.
She read the note.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like it's like I was like agreeing. Like I don't know. It's probably a good idea. I was like trying to pose something in the favor. Ow, cat of the PCs. Ow. And then you. Yeah, I'm distracted. Pain. Okay.
So chat for
So
reference.
Taurani, let us know what your favorite moment was, and of course, where can people find you at, Tyler?
Yeah. My favorite moment was probably when Gildo magically reached out of the vent and was like, you're not gonna fail! And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna go back anyway.
Pretty much.
I also really liked the fact that Ostara was like hidden but not hidden at all.
So bad.
Oh, I see you. Or the fact that Luthor got to dance with the Queen Lady and stepped on her foot, probably.
Yeah.
All of those were really good moments. I liked all of those. But you can find me at twitch.tv/apocalypto_12 and over on Scott's channel on whatever day ends up working out because chaos has ensued in December. But yeah, I'm also working on some big projects that I need a lot of fingers crossed and hopeful wills sent my way for, because it's a 4-month planning big charity project. That's all I can say.
Ooh, awesome. I feel like all I've been doing is going back to back charity events. It's been a little crazy for me.
Yeah. So,
awesome. And then last but not least, we have Luthor, played by Delric. Tell people where they can find you at, and of course, what your favorite moment was tonight.
Luthor, he is a very reasonable commissar. Typically he works off of intimidation and gets the job done, but he's willing to use methods that are seen as like out of the box or uncouth for a typical commissar, but all in the glory of the God Emperor himself. So not like because he wants to succeed, it's because like no, it's in the glory of. So let's just use other methods because not everybody succeeds if they don't. Favorite moment tonight? I don't know. I really liked the fact that this isn't us. This is actually the way Frank was doing it. The moment like when I was having the RP with the lady and Maggie was like sneaking around the room, and just kind of like how Frank was kind of keeping tabs of the way that we were doing our own little stuff in the room together at the same time, and there's kind of like post reacting to all of that stuff in a way that just said, "Bitches, I got your number," and like I just kind of like that. Oh, that was good stuff.
What can I say? I'm a better DM.
Okay, well, I take it back. Frank sucks.
That wraps it up for episode 11. Of course,
Wait, but Maggie, what was your favorite moment?
I'll pop my social in chat. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places. This video will be up on Margaret Crone Plays on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. Margaret Crone, that YouTube channel, now has vlogs on it. We're coming back. Vlogs are coming back. So Vlogmas has started. I'm going to do them as weekly vlogs, similar to what I used to do for Maggie Mondays. And then they will return as, we'll be doing vlogs going forward. I just needed time to kind of situate and get my life together. I think I've got it together. I don't know. We'll find out. And today, I guess what my favorite moment was. I think my favorite moment was probably in the end there when Luthor and Ostara were basically like, maybe we'll just enjoy the comfort of this. Oh, by the way, you might want to look at this letter that I found. And we're looking over and we're like, oh shit. Yeah, let's go. Let's go find our friends. So yeah, I think that's kind of it was a good character progression moment, I feel like. Also because Luthor had to roll twice for his conviction.
Yeah.
And succeeded both times. Actually, all 3 times now. Thank you very much. All 7 times now.
Yeah, last time, because you had to re-roll, you technically rolled 4 times. And
I rolled a
barely
lot.
Passed all of them.
Frank,
there are some
some
damn heretics up in this business, and we need to take care of them. So
that's right. We need to be laser focused, getting detracted and sneaking inside creature cave
we have to blow up
holes.
the whole palace if that's the case.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Tyler, you are detracting from the important task here, which is to go to a whole island. I'm going to take you and put you in the UK and say, "Have at it, boy." And you're like, "No, I'm going to have fun in Connecticut first." Like, really? The big picture, man.
Yeah, no, seriously, Connecticut's a piece of shit, dude.
That's why I compared it to the UK. It's kind of like they got money, but nobody cares.
You're all terrible. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday for I think it's gonna be our last episode of this year. So definitely tune in. It will be same time, same place. Margaret Twitch.tv
almost like it's a
Margaret
finale
Crone
episode
at 7 p.m. PST. We'll see you there, and we'll let you know. We'll give you social notifications about it. And tomorrow morning, we'll have the video up if you missed it or you just caught the tail end of it or whatever, and you can watch all of it.
Bye, everyone. I'm also the Herald of Corn.
What? Herald of Corn?
Yeah, that's the Chaos God's name. Corn.
All right, everybody, we're gonna host a Reno somebody. So give me a moment to find somebody to host. Hopefully you all enjoyed everything. A lot of people streaming modeling of Warhammer. Goodness. Let's see. Who do we want to host? I mean, we've got our homies over here. Let me see. Dude, this cast. Oh, never mind. It's a replay. These damn replays, they're everywhere. Alright, well, let's host my friends over at the Scabby Rooster. They're good peeps. They have amazing set. They're basically built, there's a store that has like tabletop RPG stuff, and then they also have a stream room where they have like these amazing little sets that you can stream out of, which is really cool. So if you're in the LA area or anything like that, I would definitely recommend like hitting them up, seeing if you can hop on one of their shows, because it's really cool. And everyone dresses up, and they have such good characters, and they have some really fantastic GMs. So if you're looking for a campaign that you want to play on a stream, I think it's pretty cool. So definitely go tune in, check it out over there. Thank you so much for all of the love. I really appreciate it. And for spending my birthday with me. Alright, everybody. Make sure to drop a lot of presents on them with the mag raid.